So, hello. It's like, it might look like, excuse me, I should be using a different voice. Hi, as per my icon. This is Divide and Conquer. It's a group that does tabletop role-playing games, and we're here to do one of these, delightful little TTRPGs, that involves dragons and, cavernous things and chasms and all that good stuff. But, hi, so... We're having some camera issues right now, and internet issues, but so that's a thing going on. That's a small housekeeping, just so you know.
Trying to fix
But
it.
mostly all the usual people are here, save for our Cordelia. Cordelia can't make it tonight, so we will have her just sitting on Tarsius' shoulder for the evening,
Yes.
which is usually her favorite perch. But. So with that, welcome to a game where I have a bunch of players panicking about dragons. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. You can't see my very excited smile, but it's going to be a fun game tonight. Yeah, with that, let us do some announcements. Is there any fun announcements that we have going on?
I really wish these cameras would work.
I really wish these cameras worked too. I have a single one, and I'm going to get that link back again. But I was a part of a little fun little project. It's called the Bunch of Buns Zine, and I got to write a recipe for it. It's for carrot cake cinnabuns. They are cinnamon rolls, literally shaped like bunnies. And they're super fucking cute, and I think you should go check out the zine, especially if you like bunnies, if you like collecting recipes and looking at cute rabbit art. And I don't know where the heck my link went. That's up here, in the same spot it's always been. Yeah. So I'm gonna throw that up there. So if you want to go follow that link, you can go. You can either you can order a PDF version, or you can order the physical copy. And there's also like options to get like pins and like I don't know if there's like keychains or something, but you can get like a bunch of little fun merch stuff. So go support it, and all the proceeds are going to like a bunny rescue. So that's always fun.
Yay, bunny
We
rescue.
love rescuing. We love rescuing animals.
Yes. Bunny rescue equals great.
Yes. Oh. I just watched a hard reset on Twitch.
Yep.
Okay.
Trying every single method that
try your hardest.
that Reddit is telling me, and none of these are working.
Oh my god. Gotta love Roll20.
Yeah.
So. Alright. So I guess other announcements is there is a merch store. You can check all of our links down below. You've got people that make dice vaults, DM screens, and all that stuff. My dad writes dystopian sci-fi novel, so hey, if you like dystopian sci-fi, because I know The Last of Us is a thing that everyone's obsessed with right now, but if you like something that's a little bit more kind of alienish sci-fi, like classic kind of like classic Gamma World style things, you should go check out my dad's books on Amazon, and also leave him a review, because he likes to read the reviews, and also they help him write, so go check him out. Okay. Is there anything else we need to announce? Wait, no, I have one more announcement. Someone in my party decided to get married and just drop it on Facebook for everyone to know about it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I want to say congratulations to Mrs. the Mighty, because that's your official last name now, according to Discord.
That's how that works.
I'm not sorry. We're not sorry.
You're not sorry, and you should never be.
No regrets.
No, Mazel Tov, Felicidades, all that good stuff. So, you're welcome. All right, so
I'm
as
updating my character art on Roll20, just so you know.
Go for it.
That's the right character.
All right, so as we still work on tech support issues, we might just have to do this all theater of the mind for the most part.
The map works.
The map
That's
works
good.
great, so that's always great.
That's important.
what's important is I can kind of sort of see enough people on screen. Unfortunately, Twitch can't see them, so I will be very sad that reactions won't be recorded. At least I hope they will be by the time we get to the point I need to get to. But
Got to get really good at screenshotting things like Lynn does.
oh my god, Bead Demon. All right, so I guess a small little housekeeping thing, because some people work early, specifically me, because my job has me up at 4 a.m. And because we are missing players tonight, or a player, I'm going to do this thing where we are going to play through to a certain point in my game that I have pretty much planned out. And once we get to this big point, game's going to end for the night. So we're going to have a fun road trip. We're going to get into our feelings, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So, with that, hi, I am Vic. I will be your DM for the evening, as well as taking awkward questions from the brother of the girl that I am dating for the night.
Yes.
And so, Tabby, who are you playing tonight?
Hello, everybody. I'm Tabatha. I will be playing Patience / Rosemary, the Tiefling Ranger / Sorcerer.
All right. Hey, Jesus, who are you playing tonight?
Hey, everybody. That was Patience, and this is going to be me. Hi, I'm playing Tarsius. I am a Minotaur barbarian who is doing tech support right now. I
would love to watch Tarsius do tech support.
God, I'm sure he has the greatest butterfingers. I have big axe and isn't afraid of anything unless it's fear. Then I'm definitely afraid of it.
Good, it's good.
Right on.
All right, and of course we do not have a Miss Cordelia with us tonight. So moving on to our buns and guns. Hey, Sydney, who are you playing?
I love that. Thanks. I'm Sydney. I will be playing Nicodemus, the Hawkins, the human fighter. Who's got his hands full right now?
Yes, you do. And our most holiest for last, Lynn. Who are you playing tonight?
I am playing Larkspur, the Tiefling Cleric. Yeah.
Yeah. Who totally did not kill anyone.
No, of course not.
No.
What
No.
do you mean?
What do you mean?
No. That never happened.
No.
All right, let us roll that beautiful beam footage.
Yeah.
After the DM was so flagrantly insulted, calling me a peasant, let's go back into recap.
Yeah.
Alright, so, as our story continues, Tarsius, Cordelia, Patience, Hawk, and Larkspur have arrived in the countryside of Termish with the urgent mission of finding Zonthal Tower. You had been given a note sequestered out of a den of red wizards that turned their allegiance against Thay, and are now working alongside Tiamat and her followers. The note written is from one such wizard named Iskander, who is looking to quickly and safely leave the tower, now that they are no longer wishing to climb ranks or do what is necessary to gain favor. Iskander is also paranoid that someone is looking to kill them in order to please the higher-ups of this tower. The prize offered by Iskander for his rescue is that of the blue dragon mask, the final piece in Tiamat's quest to be released from the Nine Hells. With the help of Larkspur, a cleric of the bound god Ilmater, the party was able to speak with a reformed cult member that had come from that very tower and warned them of the dangers inside, as well as outside. When you had first arrived in Termish, you encountered a band of cult members, as well as the infamous blue dragon Lenithon, who were in the midst of moving supplies, as well as people. After a quick skirmish, Lenithon retreated to the mountains southeast while the party captured their own pair of prisoners to interrogate, which you did so under the roof of Mrs. Una, the satyr madam of the Lucky You. She was one of the few people you had rescued from a magical trunk being carried by the cult. You had also rescued old Eustace Benton, the nosy neighborhood watch, and Helene Hawkins, Hawk's baby sister. While interrogating the two blue dragonborns, both with the last name Cyanrath, you discovered a few things. One, that their tongues were bound with a powerful curse, that speaking of any truth related to Zonthal Tower rewarded them with an excruciating death. But, luckily, with the mercy of Larkspur's god, you were able to save Olathan Cyanrath from the same fate as his comrade. So, while waiting for Larkspur to recover after he performed his rite, you rested, and Larkspur, once you were feeling sufficiently better, you were able to piece together some secrets about the tower by what Olathan had confessed across your skin. You know that the tower has been experimenting on innocent people, piecing them together into what may be draconic humanoid hybrid monstrosities. You know that the tower is being guarded by a labyrinth, and that something inside kills all who enter. You also speculate that the tower has a Tarrasque, but that seems a little improbable. Maybe. So, while ruminating over this newfound knowledge, Larkspur, you met with a priest from the old church back in your hometown of Ober. This priest had traveled out of Sespech with a ragtag adventuring party after losing their own party member in a harrowing dungeon crawl within the nearby tombs. And after a short private conversation with Larkspur, the priest's journey also came to an end.
Yeah.
Out of all of his possessions, Larkspur collected a letter addressed to a Severin Siljarin from the head priest / nobility of Ober. Meanwhile, Patience and Cordelia headed out to the abandoned church so that Patience could begin training her baby dragon Gren, all while Cordelia watched. You discovered Eustace was also watching you, and he briefly shared the strange things that had been happening in Binatuan that led to some people vanishing, being abducted from their homes in the middle of the night. He mentions how he doesn't remember his nightly routines or that his time schedules were off. So all the while Cordelia was distracted talking to Eustace, Patience consulted her fiendish book of knowledge and made contact with a family member of the Nine Hells, promising a solution and waiving the paperwork until they were ready for it. So, toward the end of the day, you were pointed in the direction of a hunter that could help you maybe find a path to the tower, and that led you to the young dwarven man that has been courting Hawk's baby sister Helene. So you all meet at the Halflings Halfway Inn. You meet with Helene and Nenth has agreed to help take you along to try to find where you're going. But first, Hiram needs to be delivered home safely, as Hawk's father was found passed out drunk at the bar. So, with that, let me get my... little medieval town going. Let's put us back on our map of Minatuan. Alright. So you guys are currently outside of the halflings halfway in. Hawk, you have your dad kind of thrown over your shoulders, fireman style. And so the plan is we're heading back home, right?
Hawk is at the very least, yes.
Okay. Is everyone else following, or what is everyone else's plan?
Yeah, following.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Pretty much, yeah.
Alright, so everybody's following you back home.
Great.
Not awkward at all.
Nah, that's not weird.
I mean,
Well, if you don't want us to.
In earnest, I don't. He wouldn't really care much either way. At this point, he's just like kind of annoyed
Okay.
with his dad. So,
Alright.
obviously, yeah, he'd have been like, y'all do whatever y'all want. If y'all want to come back here, I can come back here, whatever it is. But I gotta go take this Heft's dad home. So.
Alright. So, since everybody is more or less going to be kind of awkwardly following you, you head back to your family home. The time right now, I believe you're at, it's about 6 o'clock going on 6:30. You left Helene and Nenth at the bars to let them finish up their date in peace while you delivered your father back home. So let us take us to the Hawkins family home as you kind of round up the hilltop, seeing the roof of your house in sight as you got your father strewn over your shoulder. It's not too much of a strenuous activity for you, as he's not exactly a small person, but he's also like not too much of a burden to carry. As you've kind of noticed that in his age, he's kind of starting to wither slightly. But
Yeah.
as you are traveling up the road, I will need you to make me a strength check, Hawk.
Me sitting here like, what? Okay. Dice. Plus 16.
16, okay. So, luckily you don't drop him, but he does start to stir, and you feel him start to kind of like move in your grip as he starts kind of grunting awake and finally getting to like a full-blown like yell of just like, put me down right now, I ain't some fucking geriatric.
Hawk not putting him down. Like, yeah, you could have surprised me, and I'd be even more surprised if you could actually walk right now. So.
Yeah, as he starts to like fight in your grip, I'll need you to make me an athletics check, as he's going to try to break out of your hold.
Good luck.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I don't think he's getting far.
16 again.
16, he rolled a 13, so he's starting to squirm like a fish, and you're like, you might have to like readjust your grip a bit just to hold on to him.
Like, hey, give him like a solid jostle, like, ugh. Could you quit?
Could you quit?
No.
As all this yelling alerts your mom, and she comes rushing out of the house, kind of like drying her hands on her skirts. As she walks out, she's like, oh my god, okay. Nico, please, put him down. You're gonna upset his hernia.
No, he's got a hernia. Hawk will, like, probably a little more roughly than is really necessary, set his dad on the ground.
Okay. So you
Like,
set him down.
He's
He's like,
gonna get a solid little bounce there.
yeah, and he staggers, and you see as he kind of like puts a hand to his side for a minute as he rights himself. And he just like gives you like the biggest stink eye. Fucking good for nothing little shit. So he kind of steps towards his wife.
Little. Sure. Oh, okay, sure.
Oh, what? You want to thank you now?
No, I'd thank you to maybe not get so plastered in the late afternoon that someone actually has to bring you home.
Well, how about you mind your fucking business about what I do? You were doing such a good job these past 10 fucking years.
Yeah, I have been. You know what? You're right. But you know what else? There are people here that I did miss seeing. And forgive me if, maybe I was a little concerned about the fact that, you're just sitting in a bar, sloshed, slumped over on a freaking bar top, making an ass of yourself in front of the gods and everybody in this town.
Fuck the gods, honestly. As his wife is just like, please just go inside. Take your medication. Just go lay down. Just please. As he just kind of, his shoulders kind of slump slightly, and he looks like he's going to say something, but he just kind of like leans more, like kind of favoring one side. As you can see, he actually is kind of hurt slightly, like physically. You're pretty sure he could never be hurt emotionally ever in his life.
Here.
It's like, it's none of your fucking business, honestly.
Well, I'm making it my business, so.
Well, you can just fucking leave now, because...
Aren't you tired?
I'm tired of you.
You couldn't possibly be tired of me. I just got back.
Yeah, I wish you fucking stayed gone. Do us all a fucking favor.
Do you?
Walk out of here acting like, you're some fucking big shot that's too good for this fucking place, too good for your fucking family. And you come waltzing back with that same fucking attitude, thinking that, we just need to be taken care of. Can't do anything without Nico around. Nico's the only one that makes this family any fucking worthwhile to anyone.
Did it ever occur to you that maybe I felt comfortable even because I knew that things would get done if I wasn't here? And that maybe the reason I left wasn't because I thought I was too good for all of you, but just too good to be treated the way I was by one of you?
Well, if you got something to say, you can say it. And he, takes a step toward you. And your mom's just like, Hiram, God damn it.
Hawk's gonna get, right up to his dad and be like, don't upset your hernia, Hiram. Go to bed. And then turn his back to walk off.
Damn.
Okay. What is your AC?
18.
So he rolled a 19 to punch you
Good.
in the back of the head.
All right.
So we are going to roll our dinky little d4. That's a 2, so that's 2 points of damage on you.
Cool. Ooh, not 22, just 2. Okay.
So you all watch as Hawk is having this really heated argument with his dad. The dad being more heated than Hawk at this point, but you watch as, Hiram, who's, he's about 6-ish feet if he, gets himself reared up enough. But he takes a swing at the back of Hawk's head, and you all watch that happen.
Gotta try, take a step forward, then take a step back.
Hawk is literally gonna whirl.
All right.
Just, grab his dad right at the collar of his shirt.
Okay.
Because you have to look down to talk to him.
Yes, you do.
So.
All right, roll me a grapple.
Mm-hmm. That's just straight strength.
That'll be your athletics or acrobatics, but yeah, he's a civilian, so it could just be straight strength if you wish. But
well, it's an 18 or a 26.
Either way, he rolled a 6, so you got him by the collar.
Hawk's just gonna just drop down real close in his ear, quite enough that everybody else can't hear him, and he's gonna be like, "I am not a child anymore. You are not gonna treat me that way." And then just let him go and shove him back a little bit.
All right. Let's see how he feels about that. Yeah, you clearly took the piss out of him. So you watch as Hawk kind of almost picks his dad up and just holds him up enough to whisper in his ear and then puts him back. And you watch as Hiram takes a couple staggers back. You could see he's still kind of sloshed. And he just kind of swings his hands against his side like he's trying to muster himself up, but just lets out just this grunt and just storms back inside and slams the door behind him. And your mom just kind of looks at you a little disappointed, Hawk. Just I really wish you wouldn't let him get to you like that.
If no one else is gonna stand up for me at this point, I'm gonna stand up for me. So if he didn't want to fight, he wouldn't pick them.
He's been having a hard time.
For what? 28 years?
Okay. That's fine. I know he gets worked up a lot, obviously. But I don't think his health can keep up with it anymore. So.
Just gonna take a deep breath and be like, "Sorry, Mom."
He'll just nod. And she'll just
kind of shake out his shoulders and be like,
So I take it you're heading out then.
We're gonna go do some scouting and see if we can find what we're looking for. Nenth has been kind enough to agree to go scouting with us.
Okay, please take care of him. He's a very good boy.
He seems nice.
A couple weeks back when we met him, he really helped us out.
But how do you mean?
Your father, he went missing for a couple days. He went out into the woods to go, collect firewood as he always does, and he just never came back. And we were just... Helene and I were, worried sick, and it took 3 days for him to turn up again, and Nenth was the one carrying him back. He said that he found him in a river upstream. Then, after taking him to the doctor, that's when they found the hernia, and... now he has to take medication and make sure he's resting himself, and I don't think it's been sitting well with him. It's really put a dent in his pride.
Well, the world has a way of humbling us, I think.
I hope you will understand when you get to his age. The hard truth, for all of us is admitting that we have to get old.
That's fair. Hopefully no hernias, but that's fair.
Right. As you were finishing up your conversation with your mom, you will see Nenth escorting Helene back up the way. As he kind of, stands at the end of the drive, gives you a nod, Hawk, as he takes Helene's hand, gives it a little gentle kiss on the knuckle, and lets her go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does she like walk back up towards the house
Yeah, she's walking back up to you.
and then stayed at the end of the drive?
Yeah, he's standing at the end of the drive. He's being polite.
She's gonna walk past Hawk and he's gonna go, ooh. She can.
Make me a dex save as she tries to like push you.
Okay, that's an 8.
Okay, you kind of stumble back as she like kind of shoves into you. It's not very hard, but you kind of just lose your footing slightly anyway because you're on an incline.
Yeah, he'll grin and like half-hearted be sure she should teach her dad to do that. Just kind of sit there and
She just as her cheeks are like completely pink, and she's just like not looking at you, obviously, because you embarrassed her. And she's like, "Well, please be safe.
yeah.
Stop looking at me like that.
I like what?
Like that. You're making a face.
I'm not making a face. This is my face.
That's unfortunate for you, then." And she'll just kind of get over it and kind of throw her arms around you just to give you a hug.
He'll give her like a solid hug and then be like, bring him back in one piece.
Please do. I kind of like this one.
Oh. I sure hope so. And he'll kind of he'll put Helene down because I'm sure when he hugged her, he picked her up. But
Oh, absolutely, yes. She's very tiny.
and he's gonna be like, I might have pissed off Dad.
Yeah, we heard.
Oh.
He's not very quiet.
No, he's not. Yeah, sorry. That's not gonna be fun for y'all.
I know. Can you promise me something?
I can try to promise you something. What is the promise?
Okay, I'm just you don't look. I'm not going to excuse him because of how he is, because it's obviously he's not. It's not right how he's treated you and how he acts. But I guess it stresses Mom out, and maybe we could just try to meet him at some point. Maybe it might help him, mend things. I don't know. I have this stupid little hope that maybe we could all get along one day and actually sit down for a family meal without anyone screaming at each other.
Hawk will put a hand on her shoulder and be like, okay, I can't promise you that'll happen because that may not be in my ability to make it happen, but I can promise you that if he can be civil, I can be civil.
I'll talk to him.
I know that that's not what this looks like, but I did not come here to start fights and reopen old wounds. I know. So I'm going to tell you that is entirely contingent on your father. Our father.
Okay.
I promise you I will do my best to make that happen on my part. But that door swings both ways.
I completely understand.
On that note, have a good night. I'm gonna go show your boyfriend my sword.
Stop.
And all the nice shiny runes. And this bracelet that you made me. I'm gonna show him that too because I'm sure you didn't make him a bracelet.
No, I did not make him a bracelet.
And I'm lucky. So.
But he is interested in runes, so.
Oh. We'll have plenty to talk about then. Maybe.
Be nice to him.
I'm nice to everybody.
She'll raise a brow at that.
varying degrees of niceness, but nice nonetheless.
Okay.
I'll be like, y'all have a good. He's gonna look up and be like, evening, because it's probably not quite dark yet.
It's not. It's in twilight. All right. So you say goodnight to your sister. You say goodnight to your mother. Which your mother will give you a hug and she'll kiss you on the cheek, tell you to be safe, and that when you come back, she is going to have, your favorite meal ready, whatever that may be.
All right. I look forward to that.
Okay. So you say goodnight to your family and you meet with Nenth at the end of the drive. As he gives you all a nod, just like, so, are we ready?
Hawk's like, I'm ready.
All right, so, do you know which direction you're heading?
I think my companion saw which way the dragon. Which way did the dragon go?
Point towards the mountains. That way.
That way.
As Tarsius points southeast. All right, so you guys are going to head southeast. Let me get you on the Termish map. Yes, I know my battery's low. Thank you for telling me that, laptop. You're fucking broken.
Dang bitch.
Being such a fucking bitch right now. It's like it needs an upgrade. Alright, let's get some other music on. We'll do... Need my trackpad to work for once. There it is. Let's put that music on for now. We are in transit. Alright, so I try to manage how this map works. So your destination is somewhere within the Athron Mountains. As this little dot is supposed to signify where Benatuan is, you guys are going to be heading southeast of there. So, more or less pushing in this direction. Right, so as you guys enter through the forests, kind of going back through town, heading out down the main road until you find a point where you can enter into the trees that are into like a pathway of trees that aren't quite as like thickened together and whatnot. So you start making your way into the wilds of Termish, with Nenth as your guide. Is the young dwarf is leading the way. What is everybody doing as we are going to? As this more or less might take a couple days for y'all, as you are looking around, trying to scout ahead, taking breaks to more or less figure out what it is you're looking for. As you start to head out, it's currently twilight, so you will probably find a stopping point very shortly once it gets dark, and Nenth will start making camp as he starts like setting up for the night, putting like a bedroll and like kind of like a tarp out to kind of sling over one low branch so that it kind of makes like a little halfway tent. What's everyone doing as we're setting up for bed?
Already reading my wizard book until we put out the fire. And
Okay.
just like chit-chatting with Cordelia how I'm so close to doing this second spell, but not quite able. I know this magic missile thing really well, but like anything else, it's just eluding me. But I almost got it.
Gosh.
She'll
Yeah.
reassuringly pat you on the arm and just be like, "You'll get it one day, brother.
One day.
You're very smart."
I know. We got this.
Patience, what are we doing?
Patience, who is in trying to block out all the crap that happened earlier, is going back to training Gren a little bit.
Okay, what are we training him with?
Yeah, she's gonna be like, okay, there are probably gonna be points where we're gonna be running into bad guys, and you need to be able to defend yourself and whatnot. Now, I trust her because I'm pretty certain she's very sturdy and she'll be able to deal with anything that you can throw at her right now. She's gonna pull out Greta.
Okay, so you see as everyone watches as Patience pulls this ivory figurine out of her bag and literally tosses it out like a Pokeball, and then there's a giant mountain goat just in the middle of camp. As Greta just kind of like turns around in place, looks at you, Patience. Mwah.
It's like, yeah, she's gonna reach out and just like scratch Greta on like the head and stuff like that. It's like, I'm sorry, I haven't brought you out in a while.
She snuffles
I've
very
neglected
indignantly.
you. Yeah. Now she's gauging Gren's reaction to the goat.
All right, let me see what Gren's reaction is. All right, so that goat popped out, and Gren just like gives like a little like, "Wah!" and he just like ass over kettle, kind of rolls to the side in surprise, kind of like staggers back up on his little stubby legs, and he just like, just like very warily, just like backs up and just like looks at the goat, looks at you. He starts like breathing very hard.
It's like, it's okay. It's just practice. She's just gonna go over and just kind of like try to calm him down a little bit.
Okay, roll me animal handling.
Love love this. Love it. Animal handling. What do I have?
Oh,
That's a 10.
that's a 10. He's a little too unfocused tonight. I think pulling Greta out kind of spooked him a lot, so he's not really like, he's a little too riled up to listen to you.
Do you just see her go, really? I could have sworn I just pulled out the goat of traveling, not the goat of terror.
As everyone, you hear as Patience's baby dragon is very startled by the large goat that's now in your camp, as you have a whole 9-year-old trying to train her dragon to not freak out at it. And it's not going too good. As Nenth just kind of watches curiously from his perch on his bedroll.
Yeah, Patience just like, oh, okay, this isn't working. And she's gonna have to just probably put Greta away and see if that calms him.
You put Greta away, and he just he's still kind of like riled up, but he's a little less like attack mode.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, you two are gonna have to get along at some point.
As he kind of like turns in circles and like goes and like presses against your leg and just like stays there, and it's just like,
Gosh, she's gonna just speak to him. I'm sorry. Like, she's doing this all in Draconic, too. It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. What can I do to make it up to you?
as a Nenth kind of like speaks up from his back. He's like in the middle of like fletching some like arrows for his quiver. And have you tried food motivation?
I mean,
a lot of
No.
animals are usually food motivated. You could try, bribing him with some treats, something that he enjoys.
but he's not an animal. He's a dragon.
he's a living creature. I like a snack as much as any other. I'm sure you have a favorite food that your parents might bribe you with from time to time.
A long stare.
Nope. Is the background music being heard?
I can hear it.
Okay.
That's the wrong form here.
It's still playing.
And type that Nick did.
Yeah. But yeah, her just being like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense now, because she's thinking back to her times of growing up. So it's like, so yeah, she'll just probably pull out a piece of jerky.
Okay. You pull out that piece of jerky, and like Gren's like mouth breathing immediately stops, and he just like zeroes in on the piece of meat, just like staring hard at it.
Like, okay. And then she's gonna pull out Greta again.
Okay. You're gonna pop Greta out?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see what happens. Okay. As Greta pops out again, you see as he kind of like his eyes immediately go to her, but his eyes just like keep going back to the food in your hand. And it's like he's breathing a little hard, but I think it's more so that he wants whatever treat you have.
Okay. Yeah, and she's like, good boy. And then she's gonna break off a piece of the jerky and give it to him.
He's gonna inhale it faster than you can imagine. You're pretty sure he didn't even taste it.
Probably not. Like,
So.
Cool. You two are actually kind of coexisting right now.
They're
That's
coexisting.
amazing. So yeah.
Yeah, they're coexisting. They're getting along for now. Gren's not making any effort to go near Greta, but you know, he's acknowledging that she's there.
Which Patience would be going and allowing basically like Greta to kind of like sit, and she is going to sit down and then lean against the goat because warm.
That's fair. It's getting a little chilly for the night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then she's just gonna try coaxing Gren over.
Okay, which with it'll take like a couple minutes. He'll like go forward, then back, and then forward again, and then he spins in a circle. But eventually, you'll get him to kind of sit like maybe 3 feet away from the goat, and that's as close as he's gonna get.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. So that's what she's doing.
All right. So that's what you're currently doing. Tarsius is reading his book. Larkspur, is there anything that you're doing at this moment?
He's probably going to be wandering around the area and looking for larkspur flowers.
Okay.
To make more of his ink.
Sure. Roll me a survival.
Okay.
See if you can find them.
Natural 20.
Fucking hell! You somehow managed to find them.
Delightful. Hold on. What's his nature? +2. Or sorry, survival.
Yeah.
+3.
Hey, there you go. Maybe God willed it. It's one of those things where it's just like you're not sure. You're wondering if maybe you're a little too far out from the normal area that you would see them being, but as you kind of like round the way, keeping like the light of like the campfire like kind of like within your peripheral, you kind of find like a small little cluster like kind of growing between the roots of a tree, and there they are, as bright, as vibrant as they would be in season.
Wait. He will go ahead and pick those, and then he would also kind of take them back and then like grind them up. He's got like a little like I imagine he have like a poison making kit probably.
Yeah,
I think he has one.
Yeah.
And he'd sit there and like kind of grind them together and like do his whole process and just kind of keep to himself and idly listen to what other people are saying. But
okay. All right, so Larkspur, you're currently making some more ink for yourself.
I don't know what happened to his old stash. It's weird.
Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
All right, so Hawk, what are we doing?
Hawk would have, once like everybody was like kind of situated, and he'd have been the person who like started the fire. He would have if anybody wanted to eat, he'd have made food, because obviously it's late. When Lark came back into camp with flowers, Hawk would have been like, "Oh, those from me," and then like gone back to doing what he was doing.
So Lark, you have that single comment.
You shouldn't have.
He said, "Oh, you shouldn't have."
I was like, "Are those for me? You shouldn't have."
He will put one of them in your face, like the bushel in your face, and just be like, "They're not poisonous like this."
Not like this.
Yeah.
So, do I have to like eat it?
Yes. Ingest it or get any of the like ground up bits on your skin. Unless you're allergic to flowers, then you'll be sneezing a lot.
No, thankfully not. Not allergic to flowers. That is, however, good to know. Popping off, or
Popping off?
your Hawk is gonna like wiggle one of the petals on the flower, or one of the flowers into like your little stash.
Yes. I'm just resupplying.
Oh, you sure do go through that, huh?
People
Man,
write a lot.
I didn't think that Cyanrath kid really went through that much, but I guess he did.
Did you not see how much he wrote?
I mean, he wrote literally all over like the front of your torso and your arms.
Very much saw how much he wrote, because I had to try to cover you with your shirt when I picked you up so that I didn't have to touch any of that.
They do say that the potency wears off after a period of time, so I like to keep it fresh.
Me too.
He's just gonna kind of look blankly and then just immediately walk away.
Like Hawk sitting there like under his breath, like, memo to myself, that was not a good one. Like
job.
adds a couple sticks to the fire.
Good job. Alright, so as you guys bed down for the night, doing your nightly routines, having a little bit of food, topping off your poisonous inkwells, training your little baby dragons, reading about your newfound magic spells that you are going to master one day. One day. You all go to bed. You wake up bright and early next morning. It's fairly easy to wake up, early when the sun comes up, especially when you're out in nature. You feel all the dewiness of, like the cold dewiness of like the new morning, as Nenth is already rolling up his stuff and like getting it packed up, and he's like, all right, let's get going. As he will lead you deeper into the woods, which the woods will lead into the mountains. And I am going to have you all make me some skill checks. I need 3 to succeed, so you can just tell me how you want to do that.
Hawk is big and tall, and is going to be, because he has the robe of eyes, being like kind of playing like lookout and stuff, and just kind of paying attention to what all is going on in their surroundings.
Which Nenth would be asking you along the way is, what exactly are we looking for? What do I have to keep an eye out?
To which Hawk will be like, I don't know, and I don't know that either.
Oh, fantastic.
For a tower.
Are we looking for a tower?
Yeah. but I don't know whether or
God
not it's
damn it.
cloaked. So
Well, you mentioned the dragon, so wouldn't it be easier to track the dragon?
but that's assuming that the dragon is still there, but I guess so, yeah.
Well, there's only one way to find out. If we find the dragon, maybe the dragon can find us answers. Or find you answers, since this is your hunt. I'm just helping.
Yeah, we appreciate the help.
Of course. So he'll start looking around for like signs of like a dragon being in the area, which you're not quite sure what it is that you're looking for, but once he kind of mentions, look for like look a little higher up, like broken branches in the canopy, look for gouge marks in the dirt to see if the dragon had landed anywhere, and like what have you. And so that you would do that for your looking around.
Okay.
So roll me your perception.
Let me reread this. Okay. Sight-based perception. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good thing. Okay. 18.
18. Okay. That is a success, and you do like now that Nenth kind of explained what to look for, you are starting to see signs. So you do see like some like gaps in the canopy where some branches might have been cleared out by like a dragon flying through. You see like some bends in like the trunks of trees as well from like from something large passing through the area. You see like parts of like rock kind of shorn down by the roughness of scales if something like moved through the area, and so you are able to pick up a trail.
Cool. Yeah, he'll point out the things he sees as he sees them.
Okay, so that helps speed along your journey by a bit. Anyone else?
With all the time that I was in gentleman's school, I took the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts training, and I have some skills in survival. So I would like to roll for survival, please.
Absolutely. I want to truly believe that they'd be called little Chad Scouts.
Chad Scouts. Little Chads.
Oh my
Little
gosh.
Chads.
It's one of my highest skills. Next to fucking strength shit because I'm dumb and big.
You got a Chad badge for scouting?
Yeah. I got a marshmallow roasting one. That was my first one.
Of course.
Alright, rolling survival. God.
What'd you get?
Damn it. Well, you see how there's a 20 on the die?
Mm-hmm.
And how you can roll on it? And then how a dice... Well, you couldn't see because my board was here, but it rolled on the 20, and then like it just skid a little bit and then went to an 8. So that's a total of... wait, that doesn't sound right. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, yeah. 14 total.
Unfortunately, that is not a pass.
Yeah. Like, I think these are
because I was gonna do survival.
Oh, sorry. It's either that or perception, and Hawk already did perception, and so.
All right, so
yep.
you have the right idea. You
Yep.
know what you're supposed to be doing, but it just doesn't quite translate.
Mm-hmm.
As like on one hand you've got Hawk saying, "Oh, you gotta go this way. Like check this out," and you're like, "Oh, but look over here," and you just kind of like veer a little off track, and Cordelia has to grab you by the tail to kind of like redirect you back.
Eventually, I'm like, guys, I found these berries. They're supposed to be.
Cordelia's like, "Don't eat the berries." She'll just put her hand over yours and like make you drop them.
I already ate some.
Roll me a Constitution, bud.
I have a +8 to that.
I gotta find out if Larkspur also berries.
Okay, so I rolled a 9, so that's an 18. I'm not gonna use this dice anymore. You're in timeout. 18
Okay.
total.
18 total. All right, so you're fine. You get a little bit of a tummy ache.
Oh.
Your mouth's a little itchy,
Mm.
but like, it's okay. You'll live.
Okay.
You just feel a little upsetty.
Okay.
Patient's just looking over. It's like, that's Nightshade.
Well, I thought it was a blueberry.
No.
No.
Okay, so
Those will put you in the ground.
Oh. All right, so one more. Give me another skill. Someone, anyone.
Stealth.
Stealth.
Stealth ahead.
You're stealthing ahead. Okay.
Yeah, she's trying to be sneaky.
So you stealth ahead of the group.
Yep.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay, so you're just stealthing ahead. Just that's
plus
it.
7. Yeah. Oh, she'll let everybody know. Like, don't freak out if you guys don't see me. I'm sneaking up ahead just to see what I can find because I'm small.
So with that, you pretty much sneak ahead. Just kind of following the same trajectory as everyone, but eventually, as you see, Nenth is heading. Like you kind of like follow the direction that Nenth is leading, but then you see him start to kind of like head another direction. You're like, oh shit, I got to go back. So you do stealth ahead. There's not much to see. You do see. You kind of like come across a brook, and you see. You finally find out what a peryton is, as it's like currently just quietly drinking at the stream, and it's a very large stag with like these large wings. It's very majestic looking, and then you see another buck show up, and they start to fight, and it freaks you out, and you just run back. All right, so you guys make some good ground on the second day. So on the night of the second day, you make camp again as some food's kind of put together. You all kind of settle down for the night, kind of decompress, rest your feet and your hooves from the travel. Tarsius, you're kind of laying down as you're starting to really feel the berries get to you.
Aw.
Yeah, it's a rough one. All right, so, and eventually you all, kind of do your same nightly routines. Hawk banters at Larkspur, that kind of falls flat, and he just returns to his business. Is there anything anybody wants to do before going to bed?
Hawk would probably kind of give the area, since they're getting further and further away from civilization.
Yeah.
Kind of give the area another like good once over, make sure he doesn't see any like signs of anything they need to be worried about.
Okay. Roll me perception.
Plus 15.
Okay. So you don't aside from Patience mentioning that she saw some perytons, you haven't seen a lot of animals in the area. You haven't seen any predators. You haven't seen much of anything. In fact, tonight's been very quiet. Normally you would hear like some like nighttime critters. No owls. You hear some like.
That's concerning.
Yeah, you don't hear much of anything.
Hawk would make that observation like to the party. Like, I don't want to scare anybody, but I think we might be getting closer to where we need to be. What we're looking for.
Oh, okay.
It's like eerily quiet.
We'll just kind of nod. It's like, well, you are tracking quite the prey.
Yeah.
Which, as you will also notice, Hawk, as the day had wore on, it's been getting a lot drearier. Like, at one point, you started your day, it was bright and sunny, but as you started closing in on your destination, you started to notice gray clouds starting to roll in and blot out the sun. And now it's starting to... By the end of your day, you heard thunder kind of like rumbling in the distance, and you start to get that smell of like the earth opening up and like letting the nitrogen out as like that wet, earthy smell.
Nice.
Petrichor.
Yes.
Petrichor. Yes.
Petrichor.
Wait, really quick.
Yes.
Sorry. So again, we're in forested terrain too.
You're in a forest and mountainous terrain, so you're also going up like some incline as well.
Okay. I was just wanting to make sure.
Yes. Yes.
Lark's going to do something. He's going to notice Tarsius's symptoms and kind of walk over and just be like, "Can I help you?" He's going to hold out his hand.
I think I'm okay. I'm gonna put my hand on top of his hand.
I don't think you're okay.
Oh. Yes?
I'm assuming it would be obvious to him that he's poisoned.
He's slightly poisoned, yes.
Yes, he's going to cast protection from poison. And it says, you touch a creature, if it is poisoned, you neutralize the poison. If more than one poison afflicts the target, you neutralize the poison you know is present, or you neutralize one at random. For the duration, the target has advantage on saving throws against being poisoned.
Ooh.
And
Right.
it is resistant to poison damage.
Oh.
So your tummy ache goes away, Tarsius.
Oh.
And you start to feel better.
Oh. My tummy ache went away. Thank you.
It is what I do.
His tail's gonna start wagging back and forth a little bit.
Aw, that's
Aw.
adorable. And he'll just kind of wander away and go back to what he was doing.
Okay. All right. As you guys are setting up for bed, you start to feel the first few drops of rain kind of break from the sky. And Nantha's like, well, we might need to start huddling in for sleep. You all brought tents, right?
Yes.
Hawk doesn't have a tent or a bedroll.
Taking out tent. Start.
tent.
Have you been just sleeping on the flat earth this entire time?
Yes,
Oh my
Probably has.
apparently.
god.
he
Hawk.
he uses his two short pants now as like a pillow. He
Oh
like
my
rolls them
God.
up.
His pants are a pillow. He uses like 2 socks as his blankets.
Right.
Hawk, I would let you use my tent, but like half my feet stick out of the
I don't
tent.
think you could get Tarsius and Hawk in a tent.
No, I don't think
Well,
so.
as the tents would have been set up rather quickly now that you're motivated by the fact you don't want to be rained on.
Yeah.
The tents get set up. Hawk, you realize, oh, I didn't pack a tent or a bedroll, and you go
And there was
over.
only one bed.
And there was only one.
Wow.
And you go over and you see Tarsius has his set up, and Cordelia just kind of like pokes her head out, just like, I don't think you're going to fit in here with all of us.
No. It's okay. I'll be fine. I've been rained on. It's just a little water.
You're going to
I'll take a
catch a
puff
cold
of
and probably die.
I'm not made of sugar. Contrary to popular belief. I will not melt.
She just stares at you. Alright, so who has a tent is the
There's a
best
canopy.
question.
I have a tent, but
Patience has a tent.
Probably does.
Lark has a tent.
I also have a magic cloak, so I'm gonna put the cloak over my horns, and I'm like,
Okay.
I'm fine. And then I'm gonna grab Hawk because I am a foot taller than you and pick you off your feet and then throw you into my tent.
Oh God. That would be terrifying for anybody who got to witness that.
And I'm just gonna be like, okay, I'm fine. And I'm gonna sit next to a rock.
Don't do
I was
that.
Let me double check this.
Because there are several other people that do have tents, so
I know, I
don't
was
think
about to say,
anybody
Hawk
needs to
is
sit
like,
out in the
"Oh."
rain.
Hawk is like, look, hey, you don't have to put yourself out in the rain. He'll like walk over to Patience and be like, roommates again? Maybe. And then
Are you
Hawk
saying this to Patience?
yeah. Because then he's gonna be
I
like,
was gonna say
huh? Go ahead.
no. As Patience is standing there, has it started to downpour really bad yet, or no?
It's raining, but it's not downpouring.
Okay. Is there any like stone or anything like that nearby?
I'd say that there's a couple of rocks, yes.
Are they bigger?
Roll me an investigation. Or survival, I should say, if you're looking for rocks.
I'm trying to make sure I got the.
And big by whose standards? Your standards or like Hawk standards?
Is it bigger than Tarsius is the question.
No, I don't think you'd find any rocks that are that big.
Yeah. I guess I should have rephrased and said boulder, but...
Okay.
That is a nice boulder.
That's not a boulder. It's a rock.
The reason I say is literally when Hawk says that, he's just seeing Patience taking out her wondrous pigments, and she's literally trying to make a decent size, like, tent. Because it says that I can draw up to, like, 10,000 cubic feet. Or, excuse me, 1,000 square feet of a surface.
I mean, sure. I'll say yeah. That can happen.
That's why she was immediately like, okay, it's gonna start raining, I'm gonna start doing this.
Is your pigments affected by water, is my question.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Doesn't mention that.
Are they oil-based, or are they...
Water-based?
Not mention that.
I'm gonna say they're magic, so no. That's my DM rolling.
Because they're wondrous items, so...
Yes, they are magic, so no, they would not be affected by that.
Okay.
So you have a very nice tent painted.
She's just gonna literally, like, copy-paste, like, pull into 3-dimensional.
As there's now a...
And then looks at Hawk. Ta-da!
That is impressive. How long does this last?
It's here now. I willed it into existence.
It's here forever now.
Yep.
Oh. Convenient.
Well, or at least until someone casts Dispel Magic.
Yeah.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, in that case, Hawk will kind of wiggle his way into the...
Into the magic tent?
Yes, into the magic stone tent.
Alright.
And
there's one other...
A pair of pants and lay on them.
Is there any, like, I guess, where we've pretty much set up camp?
Yeah, there would have been, like, an area, like, a small, like, little area that you all kind of, like, tucked into.
Okay. Is there anywhere that seems like that it... I guess this is a question more so Patience will have with Neth.
Okay.
Just kind of like, the chances of us possibly being ambushed, where do you think that they would, come in from?
Depends. Ambushed by who?
No cult members, whatever lives out here. I've only seen Parrington so far.
Well, I would say, cult members... I cannot say. The dragon's a given at any time. The dragon can ambush us whenever it damn well pleases.
Hawk would be like, I feel like we'd hear that.
We might.
Yeah. Well, I also am able to kind of, like, I guess, sense when dragons are nearby, too. So.
Alright, so you would be the first to tell us.
Yep.
That's quite a fancy skill you have.
Thanks, it's the trauma.
Wow.
She's just gonna go over and, it's because of a thing I just read up on, the pigments.
Uh-huh.
She's just gonna, like, off a ways, and she's immediately gonna look over to everybody. I'm gonna make a pit. It's gonna be right here. Just an FYI.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna cover it. Don't fall in it.
So she makes a pit.
Okay.
How big is the pit?
It is going to be... I will say, like, 3 feet in circumference.
That is quite a pit.
Well, that's how big it is, but...
Okay.
The depth counts against the total area of objects you create.
So you've already made a pretty big tent.
Yeah.
All right, so you make a pit. You're pretty sure it's deep enough.
How deep?
Pretty sure.
She'll just toss a rock in, just to see if she even hears anything.
You will hear it hit the bottom, yes.
Okay, and then she's just gonna cover it up with any limbs or whatever.
Maybe like 10-ish, 10 to 15 feet deep.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, she'll just pretty much cover it with limbs and stuff that she can find that are on the ground.
Okay, so you do that. Everybody beds down for the night. And we all go to sleep.
Sizable tent if anybody wants to bunk.
Huh?
So Patience made a very large tent.
So if anybody... Tarsius, if you don't want to have your feet sticking out, your hooves.
His hooves are like kind of clinking together and like making little splashy sounds as the water keeps dripping on them. Just distracted, like, I think I'm fine.
Are you sure I made it big enough for everybody?
Okay. Crawls over there.
Okay. It's very spacious. Your hooves aren't going to get wet.
Yeah.
Alright, so everyone finds their respective tents to sleep in for the night. We all bed down. And I'm going to do a thing where I'm going to roll a die.
Okay.
And I'm going to have all of you roll a die and see who gets closest to my number.
Oh boy.
Okay. So everybody roll me a d20.
A d20.
D20.
Natural 1.
Nope.
8.
13.
Okay.
11.
Okay. Alright, so Hawk and Larkspur. Let me switch things around.
Oh boy.
Where are we? You know, we'll use this one. Okay. All right. So, the endless pattering of rain envelops the tents as you all fall asleep. The rain is noisy yet calming, and as it turns into a downpour, it makes you feel as if you're blanketed by this peaceful white noise where nothing can reach you. But with the pattering of rain, the noise begins to sound like something else entirely. Instead of the constant rain, you hear words hissing around you. It begins to remind you, Hawk, of that night aboard the Sea Devil when Sybil Tatterick was snatched from her bed by an unseen enemy and dragged into the dark waters. And beneath you, the earth churns and rises like moving waves beneath you. And between you and Larkspur, you both share the same sensation as you're sleeping. And you both hear 5 voices at once, whispering around you. I will be born anew, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. And the rain grows more violent, louder, as you can feel as it's drenching onto your tents and despite, for some magical means, you feel as it starts to get ripped away as these howling winds pick up, and you feel like icy cold and yet like hot burning fires at the same time, as well as your lungs start to burn with like this acrid like smell in the air. And you are forced to lay there as you look up at the sky, and it's not raining anymore. Instead, you just see a pitch black sky as this red lightning just kind of like veins through the black clouds, and you see figures floating in the sky, humanoid figures floating in the sky, looking up. And Hawk, when you look up, you see your family hanging in the sky, motionless, their necks craning up, looking at the abyss above. Larkspur, you see your family as well. The ones that you had known, your mother, your father for when you knew him, and your little sister. And they are also hanging motionless in the night sky above, necks craned up impossibly high to look at the clouds above. And then all at once, their eyes look down at you, snap down immediately to look at you all. And you watch as, the slare of their eyes are glowing different colors. You see them glow red, and then white, blue, and then just this very off-putting, like, black that seems to be silhouetted by, like, this purplish glow. And they all open their mouths, and these voices continue through them as you watch as their shapes begin to contort painfully and bulge in places, as their skin starts to like rip away and their scales beneath. You watch as horns kind of like crack through their skulls, and their jaws are pushed out painfully to accommodate for fangs, as you see them twist into these draconic abominations. And you hear the voices again, and she's much louder. Everything will be mine. Everyone will love me. And you, too, will soon see that the dragon bitch never forgets. And from beneath you, you feel the earth as it undulates, and you watch as these gargantuan, scaly claws close around the earth above you. And as you look up, your vision kind of like turns, and as you look upwards, you see these. You see. So I'm going to do a thing, and I hope it works. Please and thank you. Please work.
Pick that evil smile is not.
I planned this. You see, as these 5 great dragon heads, each a different chromatic color, are all snarling down at you. And you watch as each maw opens up, each alight with its own inherent weapon. And you are forced to lay there motionlessly as your very family that was twisted into these monsters, and then the heads of Tiamat herself descend down onto you in this thunderous roar, and both of you wake up when that same thunder just cracks across the sky. Everybody wakes up when they hear it.
Yeah.
And you are, back in the woods. It's raining. It's a downpour now. I am trying to get this thing back to where I was. Please. All it wants to do is shuffle my things around. Roll 20, please. Please.
Roll 20 said no.
Roll 20 said you're gonna be stuck here forever. Sorry.
This is
It's a terrifying image.
I mean, I love her very much. Okay, fine. Be like that. Be like that. Be like that. Alright, we're gonna just put you away. Okay. Alright. Put that back. I don't think I'm ever going to be allowed to leave this image.
This is where we live now.
Mom said no. Alright, there we go.
Mommy was like, no.
So, you wake up again, and you're back where you had last laid your head to sleep. And that's it within your tents, as it is raining, like torrential downpour at this point. As it's thundering, you see like the flashes of lightning in the sky. As it is maybe like 4, 5 in the morning at this point.
Okay.
Great. Wait, did everybody wake up?
I mean, that thunder woke everyone up.
Hello, morning. Did anyone else have a nightmare? Or was it just me?
I have that. Oh, perfect. I have
Oh,
rain.
like you had a nightmare?
Tarsius, you did not have a nightmare.
Well,
You slept very peacefully.
the lightning scared me, so I'm like,
Yeah.
like it was that,
That was some spooky lightning.
yeah. So like, did everyone else see that? Like, hear that? Or was it just me? I didn't have a nightmare. What's happening? I'm not scared. You're scared.
Yeah.
Nope. But I guess question.
Okay.
With the lightning waking us up, do I sense anything?
I will be the person that says, in an effort to, like, he's not really gonna he's not really gonna try to, like, hide, like, anything. Like, obviously he's startled and he would play it off because Tarsius said there was lightning. But he would make a very pointed effort not to look at Patience.
Okay.
Oh.
Like, because she's a little one.
Okay, Patience, make me an intelligence check.
Intelligence. Ooh, that was actually pretty good. What is my intelligence mod? I know it's my dump stat, so... Nothing. Okay, cool. 18.
Nothing. I mean, you've been, you know, you don't really sense any dragons. Like, the rain is like this rain is like coming down real hard, but you're not sensing like a dragon.
Since Hawk has an extra pair of pants now,
Yeah.
he is, because he doesn't sleep in his armor, so
Alright.
he's literally gonna like kick off. I'm sure he sleeps in his shoes, but he's gonna kick that off, and like literally he's gonna go stand at the edge of the rock tent, and he only owns one shirt, I guess. And he's going to take that off and just go walk outside and stand there in the rain.
Okay.
Like, he'll walk around the tent so that like he's not standing in the doorway, but he is going to just walk out.
So you're just standing shirtless in the rain.
Yup, he is
Alright.
doing it. He's freaking the fuck out. Just a
Alright,
little bit.
Larkspur, how are we doing after waking up from that nightmare?
He'd kind of just keep to himself,
Okay.
even more so than he already does.
Right.
He'd just kind of like try to process everything. He's not sure how to take it.
Okay. As you did see your late family in your dreams being torn apart into something very monstrous.
He only really cares about one of them.
That's, you know what? That's entirely fair.
Yeah. So he's just kind of like, weird.
It's crazy. Gonna write that in my dream journal.
And like even that one that he actually cares about, it's more of like a. I think he just kind of knows it's a dream.
Yeah.
So.
But this will be the second time now that you have seen Tiamat in your dreams.
Yeah. It's more of like a that's concerning kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, when Hawk goes outside, Patience is going to probably also go and follow suit.
Okay. So you follow Hawk outside. See, he's just standing there in the rain. Very much looking like a cover of a book that you saw once, like sitting out in the tavern, and you're like, okay. As you hear Nenth call out as Patience, you round the corner, you see as the dwarf kind of like opens up his tent flap and he's like checking on things because he heard people walking outside. Well, that's an unconventional way to take a shower.
Hawk will take a second to kind of like go back into his body.
Yeah.
When he hears Nymph talking, and he'll be like, "Oh, what? Oh, you know, it's first thing in the morning. It's refreshing. You know, gotta wake up."
All right. Well, just don't catch a cold.
And then if once he's back in his body, he'll like Hawk would look over at Patience and be like, "Why are you out here?"
Because you came out here and I was concerned too.
I'm fine. I just the thunder started me away. Yeah.
I tell if that's bullshit.
If you want, you can roll an insight, and Hawk can decide if that's high enough. I mean, Hawk, how well are you trying to hide your?
He's trying to play it off. He's trying to brush it off like, okay,
It's tough.
It's just that.
It's whatever.
That's it.
That's whatever. What'd you get,
It's a
Patience?
dirty 20.
And I can test that.
Sure. Roll me a deception.
We have advantage on that.
Hmm.
That's a natural 2021.
You're not quite sure, Patient. Like, you look at him, you're like trying to squint and see if like, you know, there's something up with him. That he's just
Yeah, she's
I
just
don't know.
gonna squint at him.
Adults are weird.
Yeah.
Hawk's gonna like usher her back. I'm like, get back and look. If your dad doesn't kill me for anything else, I'd be like, if you got a cold, I'm pretty sure I'd be on the chopping block too.
When she walks back into the tent, she's gonna look directly at Hawk and then just do prestidigitation, and she is instantly dry.
Watches her hair just poofs and it's dry.
That was a 5, so
All right.
Hawk like that must be nice.
want me to prestidigitate you so you can be dry too?
Sure.
She will do that, and that was a
Okay.
5 again. So
Yeah, Hawk will kind of, after she does that, just kind of take a second and like take a deep breath and then put his shirt back on.
Okay. As the morning goes on, the downpour kind of lessens slightly, so it's a lot more bearable to walk through. So by like 7 o'clock, it's like a palatable kind of, light rain. There's still some like thunder just kind of like rumbling in the distance, but overall it's manageable to deal with. As Nenth kind of like starts more or less like rousing everyone, kind of like shaking their tent slightly, just be like, all right, it's enough sleeping in. We're going to have to walk in this, whether we like it or not.
Oh,
Hopefully none of you are afraid of getting your pretty heads wet.
no.
I lived in the woods. I'm fine with this. I'm in my element.
Hawk's like, if I'm going to
Alright,
complain about
then.
anything, it's just being soggy in armor sucks, but that is what it is.
I don't think you'd want the, I don't think you'd like it if the dragon caught you with your tits out.
No. I doubt he'd appreciate that as much as he probably should.
Hey guys, FYI, we have a large tent now, so
Sweet.
The large tent. Okay.
shoves that in my bag of holding.
Party tent.
Huh?
The party tent.
Party tent. Alright, so you all now have a
Party
party tent that just now exists.
Party tent.
Because Patience willed it.
Yep.
As Nenth goes around rousing everybody, Tarsius, he shakes your tent. It's like, come on, rise and shine, handsome.
Good.
And also, he'll give your tent a shake too, Larkspur. Just like up and at him.
Larkspur will take a couple minutes and like pray and stuff, and do a morning ritual that's kind of long.
Okay. Do you take a little longer on your morning ritual just to kind of center yourself again? You feel you feel a little bit more conscious of the ropes around that you kind of like bind around your arms and then your chest, and it's a comfortable pressure. It feels, in a way, maybe a little bit like a hug. So it kind of helps you situate through what you just slept through.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as you guys get up and at 'em, and you head out. Let me pull out my notes. So, as you walk on, the rain starts to kind of lessen a bit, but you see a lot more dark clouds just starting to kind of brew on the horizon. But luckily now you're moving upwards on some elevated ground, and you're now hitting mountainous region. So we're now in mountainous terrain. As after more or less a couple hours of, if you so choose, silent walking, if not, Nenth will hold conversation if anyone like asks some questions about anything. Like, he will answer you. He's not completely unfriendly.
I'll just be asking like, what was like the biggest hunt you've had? What was the coolest like animal you found? Like, what was the coolest plant you found? Just like, tell me cool stories, but like nothing in depth or like probing or anything. Just like, oh, I'm bored, and then just a question here. Then like, oh yeah, what about this thing? Did you ever like see this thing? Just random chit chat here and there. Nothing like major.
And he would answer you. It's just like, well, if you're not really looking for it, you will find clusters of Larkspur just kind of dotting around, and it's usually quite the surprise whenever you stumble upon such a vibrant flower. As far as hunts go, Peritons are usually the more populated, I would say, prey, but they are quite ornery. As far as coolest hunts, I don't think anything is going to beat me finding a dragon.
Yeah, dragons are scary.
I have yet to agree with you on that. And I'd be like, so what about you? Have you seen anything? As adventurers, I would say you probably have seen quite the monsters and entities, and had quite the adventures.
Yeah, a couple dragons, blue one, a white one, a red one. It's been a lot of dragons. This whole adventuring's been a lot of dragons.
I mean, I do hear that there is a cult trying to uprise their
Yeah.
dragon queen.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right?
Does make a little bit of sense. You'd see more dragons around.
Yeah.
All right, good talk. Just gonna give you a little pat on the elbow and just like keep going.
All right.
All right, get in there, champ. All right. So you'll walk on, kind of like following. You kind of like fall into the same routine now. Like, Hawk, you like try to assist in like looking for signs of the dragon. Patience, you try like running ahead, but you stay a little closer this time, knowing that the weather's a bit bad, and with you starting to go up on more rocky terrain, it's getting a little bit slicker. So I'm gonna need everybody to roll me survival checks. As we
survival?
Yeah, let's just roll survival. It'd be fun. See how well you're handling this truck.
Oh my god,
22.
22, okay.
That's a total of a 10.
10, alright.
Yeah,
21.
21. Okay.
7.
10,
7.
7. Tarsius, what did you get? A 10?
10, yeah.
Okay.
The big boys aren't having fun.
The big
Yeah.
boys are having a hard time. There's a lot less air up here. Tarsius, you're having a time as you're trying to walk uphill, and it's getting a lot slicker, especially with the rain, especially with some of like the lichen like on these rocks here and there. And you're just trying to watch your step as you're walking. Like every now and then your hoof will slip, and you're like, oh,
Whoop.
like you don't fall, but you're just like moving a little bit slower.
Okay. Tiny steps, tiny steps.
And Hawk, it's like you're used to like mountainous regions. I mean, you grew up in mountainous regions, so it's like no big deal. But like you're having a time.
It's probably like it's the dream, and then it's the like just he's distracted.
Yeah, you're very distracted. Like this dream kind of like put a damper on your whole day, and you're just having like a hard time trying to hoof yourself uphill.
This air is thin. He had bad dreams. He is like he
It's
sounds
also
like
humid too.
he sounds like he's like fighting for his life,
Yeah,
breathing, getting
especially
up.
in armor.
Yeah. But yeah, it's he's got his whole little he's having some challenges.
As you all notice that Tarsius and Hawk are having a bit of a challenge trying to get up these mountains more so than the rest of you are. As Neth is like leagues ahead of you, as he kind of like turns around at the bend of like one of the paths, and it's just like waiting for you guys.
Why is the mountain sucks?
It's like it's getting lightheaded. You're starting to feel like a migraine come on because it's like the altitude changed for you, Tarsius. Fun stuff.
Fun.
God, fun stuff. Sneth is waving you guys down. It's just like I'll track ahead if it's not too much trouble for you all. Give you some time to catch your breath.
Oh, just pull a thumbs up in the air, not say anything.
Yep.
So when you guys get on some more stable ground, you can take a minute to rest yourselves.
Okay.
Give yourself a short rest.
Hawk like
yay.
hands on his knees, like about to throw up.
Yep. Like put my hands on my horse. All right, open chest. You gotta breathe it. Let all that oxygen in. All that oxygen out.
So as you guys wait for like a good 20 minutes, Nenth finally comes back around the bend, and he's very excited, like eyebrows up, just like, I think I found your dragon cave.
Oh.
Hawk's gonna like perk right up and be like, "Where?"
So he will lead you all back where he came from, and it'll be like there's not too many trees now that you're like on like more mountainous passes, but there's like a couple here and there. And he's going to point out to you a cavern that kind of like cuts through a rocky wall. And you will see, and he'll like point it out to you as you'll see like a top of like say like a tree kind of like is like completely broken off, and you can see like the top half of it like kind of like trampled on the ground as you see like these gouges in the earth where something heavy with claws landed. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to assume that that's where it ducked into. Maybe it was trying to get out of the weather.
Maybe.
Or like its wounds from the last encounter. But how many days has that been?
It's been a couple days.
Yeah.
About one. About one since you got to Benetooin, but now it's been like 2-3-ish days. So what's the plan? Are we heading on in?
I think we maybe learn a little bit and then sneak our way in and see what we can do and try to be quiet. Try not to hurt anyone that doesn't need to be hurt and do.
You okay with me sneaking on ahead?
Hawk is gonna look at her. No.
Yeah, she's gonna look at Hawk and look at Tarsius, and it's like,
Nathan's like, I don't think I can allow that. It's
Yeah,
one thing
but-
for you to, to wander off every now and then while we're on the trail, but at least I had my eye on you, but I don't feel comfortable letting forgive me, a child run ahead into a cave that's going to have a dragon in it.
As this conversation's going on, my brain like flares up and have a like light bulb moment. I'm like, where's my sister?
Oh, yeah. As you probably lost track of her. If she's already like heading
Patience-
towards the cavern.
Yeah, Patience is just like, her face is just kind of dropping to like RBF. Just, yeah, it's like, this is not my first dragon I've had to deal with.
Right, but if I'm leading your party, then I'm going to say no.
Hawk's gonna be like, and you are snack sized. So it would be better if we were all at least, like kind of close to you. So that, maybe you would not be a snack. He's gonna like motion to Patience and be like, snack size, and then motion to himself, meal size. Like,
She'll just raise her hand.
yes.
You can't sneak really well.
I didn't say I was going to try to sneak. I'm just saying that going by yourself is not a good idea.
Not saying I'm
As-
gonna go too far in.
I will say, as you guys are having this discussion, Cordelia just like pops up next to you, and she's like, "I scouted the first 40 feet in. It's fairly dark.
Also, you
A bit
can't
of-
see in the dark too.
There's a lot of winding paths. I kind of stopped at a point where it kind of branched off. I just walked back.
Hawk is gonna look at Patience and be like, I can see in the dark too, and I bet you I could see further in the dark than you can.
As they're fighting, like, should we follow you, sis?
Cordelia just nods.
Hawk's gonna be like, did you see the dragon?
No,
Great.
I kind of stopped before, it started branching off into different tunnels.
That's fair. Oh, there are multiple tunnels. Great. Love that. Okay.
So, what is the plan? As Cordelia has volunteered to lead the scouting into the tunnels.
Be right behind her. I don't make
Okay.
a lot of noise. I mean, I am a little clumsy, but at least I don't have armor.
Right.
So like, I'm good to be like in the like 10, 15 feet behind her, just if she needs me, just charge in.
Okay. All right. So as we get ready to head into the tunnels to look for a dragon, let's take a quick break here, and we will come back and start exploring some tunnels.
All right.
All righty. See you all in a bit.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnels.
Speaking of
Really good head.
Hawk's stage name, so.
Guns and buns.
All right, so we are back.
Beak.
We're back. So we are down a Larkspur as early bedtimes are a thing, because I'm coming up on mine. So, let us continue on. As you guys are entering the cave, Cordelia is leading your point, followed by Nenth. Patience, because she's very enthusiastic. And I'm going to say that it's Larkspur, Hawk, Tarsius.
Sure.
So you guys are entering into the... I mean, if you guys want to fight for not being the caboose, that's fine by me.
Okay.
All right. So Tarsius is in the back, munching on a beet as he is hungry.
Beat.
Hawk would have been hanging back with Tarsius because he makes a lot of noise.
That's fair. All right, so I'm gonna need... If you guys are stealthing, I'm gonna need stealth rolls.
Let's use
23.
this die. It's like every roll of the night, it's just progressively getting lower and lower and lower on the d20. I rolled a 2 for a total of 4. So,
Yeah.
I wonder what my next roll is gonna be.
Okay. Hawk, what did we get?
7.
Okay. I will
that's
say,
funny.
since the majority of the group is gonna roll pretty well on their stealth, you're gonna look back. There, as you guys are starting to make your way into the cave. Tarsius, who is enjoying his canned beets, kicks a rock and Hawk trying to stumble to stop it, scatter some more stones. Is like you hear like the of loose rock kind of like tumbling down the cave path, and everyone just stops and they look at you.
Yeah, Patience is literally going to stop and immediately turn and look at both of them, and then look at Hawk and just being like,
I didn't do it.
like,
Hawk given like that look that people's dogs give them when they fuck up.
That side eye.
Yes.
As Smith is like, perhaps we should take this slow.
Yes.
No need to rush into the mouth of a dragon.
No, I usually. And Hawk's gonna remember that Patience is standing there, and he's like, never mind.
no, finish that, that train of thought.
Finish it when you turn 18.
So, as you all more or less make your way into the cavern, you will reach the point that Cordelia had described, where it starts to kind of branch off in 3 different directions. As it is now fairly dark, Hawk, you have night vision?
He has dark vision up to 120 feet. Yes.
Okay, look at you. Dark vision of up to 120 feet. Tarsius, you can't see a thing.
Let me check my sheet. No, I can't.
Okay.
Hawk is like arm out to Tarsius, like, I got you, buddy.
Okay, can't see it.
As everybody else pretty much can see in the dark.
I
Everybody else
can't.
can, yes.
I'm blind.
You now have a seeing eye, Hawk.
Oh wait, I do have magical eyeballs, though. I don't know if that gives me. I'm reading my sheet.
You do?
Um,
What would you like to do with that?
I can see magic, so if I see my friends, I can
Yeah.
follow them.
There you go. As you kind of see like the
Oh,
general
that's-
aura of your group.
Patience.
As you see like a
it's
variety of different
lighthouse.
colors. Honestly,
Yeah.
she's like when you drop a flashbang into a room.
Ah.
Who?
Patience.
Oh, I imagine her being like one of those shrimp rave videos. Like,
So
she's a strobe light.
Tarsius, you kind of see this. You kind of see like the general like magical aura of your group. Is everybody's like kind of like bunched together, so you just see like this mesh of colors, just kind of like
Yeah.
vibing with each other, and you also see like this faint trail of this like very there's a color I was going to look for, but this very like vibrant blue aura of magic as it starts to trail off into the left tunnel.
I'm gonna put my hand over Hawk. Do you see that? Pointing at the blue trail that I assume he can't see, but Tarsius thinks he can.
So you watch as Tarsius points down the left tunnel, and you just see darkness in the tunnel.
See the blue light? As Tarsius' eyes are currently glowing.
Hawk's like, I mean, obviously Hawk has dark vision, but Hawk's like squinting.
There's
And he's like, no.
there's like magic trail going that way.
Oh. Can I? I can't. I don't think I can see that. Hold on.
It's my second spell. I have magic eyes.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can only see invisibility in the ethereal plane.
Oh, well,
can't see.
okay. I can see magic. I'm gonna try to learn how to do the other two. But yeah, I guess let's tell the group, let's play telephone because we can't be super loud.
Okay. So you tell the next person, which is Larkspur.
Yeah.
And what are you telling him?
Is Larkspur's in front of me or
So you and Hawk are like side by side.
Okay. So yeah, hey, Mr. Larkspur, there's magic on the floor. It's right there. Pointing to the
And he
tunnel.
looks to where you were pointing, and he doesn't see it either, and just looks back at you like, okay.
Should we go that way? I can see magic. Because I'm a wizard.
Well, if your eyes are magic, then perhaps you're seeing something that might be pertaining to our target.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. With less words, though.
Precious.
And Lark will pass on the message to Patience, saying, I believe our Minotaur friend sees a magical aura.
Where at?
And she'll point down the tunnel that Tarsius had pointed to.
You guys let me sneak ahead if Cordelia comes with me?
Yes. Say it super quietly under my breath.
Are you saying this loud enough for Hawk to hear, or are you just saying okay? So Hawk, Patience is proposing to sneak ahead if Cordelia goes with her.
Fine.
Thanks. She's just gonna immediately like thanks.
Hawk, like,
And
no
she's gonna step
unaccompanied
ahead.
minors.
Huh?
Hawk, like, no unaccompanied minors.
Yeah, she'll sneak ahead with Cordelia.
And Nenth is like, should I come with you? It doesn't feel right to let two ladies go wander off by themselves.
I'm fine. We're fine.
If you insist. And he's gonna look at Hawk like, is this okay?
Hawk, like, those ladies throw hands like sailors. They'll be fine.
So what happens if they find the dragon first?
You'll know.
Okay. All right.
The little one will hit first. I promise.
I really hope she doesn't.
It'll be bad if she does. Don't worry.
It's one of those things that she's walking.
Like, she might be 9, but she's got that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Patience has to kind of like stop and just look at Hawk and just be like, "Do I need to explain to him that I can cast magic and whatnot? Does he not know?" Or
focus on the task at hand. Just go.
then she's gonna just turn around and just.
All right. So you go ahead and roll me. Let's do. Let's go for let's do survival. Well, roll me a stealth first. Roll me a stealth first, and then roll me a survival. So let's see how quiet you are.
22 for stealth.
I'm already assuming that Cordelia rolled like a 58, so we're good.
Yeah. And then you said survival?
Yes.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20, okay.
Because I have +7 in both.
Okay. So as you sneak ahead down the tunnel that Tarsius has pointed out, it kind of twists, it kind of turns. I'm going to need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Dex save?
A dex save for both Cordelia and Patience.
17.
That is a pass. As you guys are making your way down this tunnel, it starts to kind of narrow down a bit. Like it's wide enough that these tunnels are big enough that they can accommodate like a dragon going through it. But you notice that this one kind of starts to narrow down slightly, and right as you're making your way past one point, you feel the ground beneath you shift, and a sinkhole opens up in the ground, and Cordelia manages to like yoink you back fast enough as you guys just stand there looking down at this cavernous pit that just opened up beneath you. You can still make your way around it. Like there's enough room for you guys to walk around it, but there's just now this, gaping pit in front of you. Cordelia's like, we might need to watch our step.
Got it.
Okay. So what do we do?
Patience is going to focus a little bit more on her movement now.
Mm-hmm.
But she is going to start moving on ahead.
All right.
I mean, as long as Cordelia is pretty much good with it.
Yeah, well, Cordelia's following along with you. Let me switch our music. So we are now in a dungeon setting. Okay.
Which...
Okay. All right, so what are we doing again, Patience?
Okay. No, I just wanted to make sure of something. Because yes, I do have that. Just in case if we were to fall into a sinkhole, I do have Feather Fall. And I also have Fly.
Okay. All right, good to know.
Yeah. But yeah, she'll just mention to Cordelia, just like, I guess we just trek a little bit on ahead and then regroup.
Okay, that sounds good. So, you're going to trek on just a little bit more?
Mm-hmm.
So you walk for about another 10 minutes before you see as the tunnel starts to kind of bend slightly. And right as you reach the end of this bend, you see as it curves off more. And towards the end, about as far as you can see, you see a faint glowing light just kind of flickering. As Cordelia just kind of stops you and just puts a hand on your shoulder. Just like, there might be something or someone up ahead. We might need to
Regroup.
tell everyone. Yeah, regroup and let everyone know.
Which she would be very much ready to just kind of off, go back and get the others.
Okay. So you guys make your way back a little bit more quickly, cautiously knowing to watch your footing just in case another sinkhole opens up beneath you. And Tarsius and Hawk, what are we doing while we're waiting? As all the guys are just kind of standing around staring at each other.
Yeah.
Tarsius would probably be at whatever the edge is, that one stone that this is this one step further you're in the tunnel, right? I'm just there, I'm just can't see them. Just waiting for anything, just eyeballs in the tunnel.
As Nenth would probably just be leaning against the wall, just his arms crossed. As he'll look to you, Hawk, just kind of nodding upward, just so, Helene told me you've been out adventuring, learning from the giants?
Yes. Yeah, I have.
That's most impressive. What have you learned?
A lot. I know all the runes I can learn at this point.
Oh.
Yeah. Courtesy, well, the most recent one's courtesy of a fellow rune knight. I never actually met one until...
Ah, so you're a rune knight. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Don't see a lot of those.
No, and I never met another one until a week ago. Maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. But he helped me out. Because let me tell you something, hill giants are not nice.
I've definitely heard they aren't. Never really tried to get near one myself, but yeah, they don't sound very nice.
Yeah, he threw a boulder at my head.
That sounds on par for the course.
It definitely was. So I left him alone. Because serpentine maneuvers don't work as well with very, very, very large thrown objects. Because I can only run so fast and zigzag so hard. But yeah, I've been learning. I've, truth be told, meant to come home more than once, but every time I try to make my way back, something comes up. So, finally managed to find two things that happened at the same time. Two birds in one stone. Two giants.
Well, Helene's certainly happy you're back. She would not stop talking about you the other night when we were at the tavern.
Yeah. Truth be told, I'm surprised that she was as happy to see me as she is, being as that no one in my family has returned my letters in several years. Although I will assume that fault is my own. And she's really the only person here I really, really missed. I'd have taken her with me when I left if I could have. But she was too young.
I mean, might have been for the best that you didn't.
Yeah. I don't know what I would have done. I didn't have any skills, I didn't have money, I didn't have any of those things when I left, so I was ill-equipped to take care of myself, much less myself and my 9-year-old sister. So,
well, I think it all worked out, more or less. I mean, sure, your family has their, I mean, whose family doesn't?
that's fair. I suppose. You're right.
But, they've done well for themselves, at least in the short amount of time that I've known them. Or as good as they can.
Given the circumstances, I'm going to say probably. Have you been in the area for long, or did you adventure here, or?
Well, I've been in and out of the area for like maybe a couple months. Just started, just started stalking around Binatuan after picking up a few quarry here and there. Found that they were quite receptive, so stuck around. Pulled your father out of a river. That was a fun day.
Was he conscious?
No, he wasn't, but he woke up after a few hours and was, excuse my language, crankier than shit.
Sounds about par for the course.
Mm-hmm. So I made sure he got back home, got checked out, and that's how I met your sister.
I was going to ask that, but I suppose that makes sense.
I mean, she was very, very sweet. Next time she saw me around town, she brought me a gift basket to thank me for fishing out her dad.
That sounds like her.
She's a very sweet thing. I certainly don't deserve it.
Hawkins can sit there and like, sweet thing. But we're gonna let it slide. And then he's gonna be like, what would make you think you weren't deserving of something like that?
Oh, I'm just... I mean, if you think about it, if you were in my position, not with your sister, of course, that's a little strange, but in the position of having a very nice girl, you know, treat you well, lodge you with gifts, just overall be kind, you always feel like that you need to do something to earn it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the perfect person, I would say, so I feel like, you know. Then again, who is?
It's certainly not me.
And by then, you will you'll hear Patience and Cordelia approach, and Nenth just kind of like leans up off the wall, just all right.
Yeah, Hawk will like squint in their direction and be like, find anything good?
There's a sinkhole up ahead. The ground literally like kind of opened up, so you got to be careful where you step.
Thank you for finding that.
Yep. And then about 10 or so minutes-ish down, there's a light. And there might be something up ahead.
You hear that? There's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Or something was glowing. I don't want to say a light exactly.
Last I checked, we weren't supposed to be walking towards any lights. Might be too soon for me.
Certainly too soon for me, but good luck to them. I mean, you said glowing. Is it glowing like a colorful glowing, or glowing like candlelight glowing, or firelight?
Damn, what color was it?
It was like a blue hue, bluish green.
Yeah, bluish green hue.
So not natural light.
Nope.
Well, only one way to find out.
All right, so are we heading that direction?
Yep.
All right, so you follow.
Hawk will like take out his shield,
Okay.
and sword, and like put like look at Tarsius and like if you're gonna hold on to the top of the shield.
Oh, okay.
Noted.
Yeah, pointy and no.
All right. So, as you guys follow Patience and Cordelia, if you're stealthing, roll me your stealths now. Tarsius, well, no, because it's Hawk, so we can't do advantage.
No, yeah, every
23.
All right.
23, okay.
Okay, listen, you little bitch, you gotta roll well. Don't roll a 2. Roll higher than.
What do we get, Hawk?
6.
6.
We're just jingly. We're a jingly guy. We make.
What are we rolling, Tarsius?
We rolled a 4, so
Okay.
total of a 6.
The big boys are doing bad.
You guys are doing great. Look at you twinning.
Oh.
So,
Y'all think if I cast fly on y'all, you would be sneakier?
Probably not.
I don't think that would.
No,
see.
my hordes will be scraping on the walls, and I'll be upside down in a minute. No.
The wind would catch in Hawk's chainmail.
So, eventually you guys make it wincing as you go, Hawk and Tarsius, as you kind of overturn every rock, jingle every piece of metal on you, knock your horn against a kind of like a dip in the wall.
Patience just taking a deep breath.
Patience, you kind of hear Cordelia just quietly exhale through her nose.
Yeah. It's like
As Larkspur's just like, could you be any louder?
In my brain, I'm like, I could. I'm trying
Oh,
not
like-
to.
Well, since you asked so nicely.
He just doesn't say anything to that. Just stares at you blankly, does not say anything. So, you guys eventually find the pitfall that opened up around Patience and Cordelia. You see it's about like 15 feet wide, kind of descends down into darkness. You're not quite sure how far down it goes, but you skirt past it and eventually make yourselves to around the bend where Cordelia and Patience had seen that glowing blue light.
Okay.
And Patience, you still do not sense any dragons.
None.
Your primeval awareness is not picking anything up.
Do my elven eyes see anything?
Your elven eyes. You do see that swirl of blue magic trailing into the light.
Okay. If I take the 6 seconds to focus on it, do I detect a school of magic?
Let's see. You sense a plethora of different types of magic, and it kind of all mingles together, and you're not quite sure what is what.
Okay.
Since you're not technically trained in Arcana, so
yeah.
you're like, oh, this is a lot of different tingles.
Okay. My tingles are tingling. It's a lot of magic over there. It's like many of the arcanes. I'm gonna try to sound like I know what I'm fucking talking about. But anyone with like any person that with above
that
average
magic.
with like no, Tarsius, shut up.
There's quite an eclectic aura of... Yes, Patience.
Can I roll Arcana?
Sure, you can.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, of course. Crazy how you get that. Fucking family.
Oh, God. Yeah, so 24.
Okay. So you are able to kind of pick up the whiff of magic, and you can sense that there, like Tarsius did say, that there was, a lot of different types of feelings happening. There is a lot of different types of feelings happening, and it kind of all like amalgamates together. But you pick up most of all that kind of innate, wild, draconic magic that just feels so old. So alien, almost. And you know it so well because you've been around it a lot.
And just hearing what Tarsius is saying, she's just gonna reach out and just pat him on the arm, just like, yeah. She's too nice.
You've been affirmed.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, and Patience just also being like, yeah, there's a lot of dragon magic too.
Great.
And is her primeval awareness, like, is any of that like going off?
You sense dragon magic, but you don't sense a dragon.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm. That is weird. As Nenth kind of waits with you guys as you're kind of like poised, waiting, looking at the end of the tunnel. He's like, "So, are we going in? Do you want me to check ahead, since I am clearly the expendable one?"
What? No.
Can I do detect magic?
What?
DM. Can I do detect magic?
You can.
Okay. And this isn't just for the room. She's also trying to detect it amongst her party members, too.
I mean, you detect pretty much everybody has magic.
We do.
What about Nenth?
He's got some magic coming off him.
What school?
You're not sure.
She's not able to figure it up at all.
No.
With what you had just told me with the room and it being
Mm-hmm.
with the draconic magic being alien, is it along those lines?
You're not quite sure. Like, you can detect that there's magic, but you're not really picking up much of a school. It's just, like, you try to read it, and it's just magic.
Potted plant?
Oh, yeah, you gotta roll for that. Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Oh.
Roll me.
Oh.
Roll it.
Oh, is this the day? Is this the day?
It better not be a goddamn potted plant. I've already gotten that once. I don't need another damn potted plant.
So fucking funny.
It sure shit better not be. I'm surprised you're not chanting it, Sid.
Potted plant.
I did potted
Plant.
Potted.
You can put it in chat.
What'd you get?
In Discord.
What'd you get?
Potted plant. There you go. Potted plant. Potted.
I got a 32.
32.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Potted plant?
No, it's worse. It's the one that Shaflin got a while back, Sid.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
The flumps?
No, I'm in the goddamn astral plane.
Oh no!
As Patience, you are... You cast Detect Magic, and then you, like... And then you sense that Neth has magic, and you look at him, and you, like, tilt your head as you're trying to concentrate on what kind of magic he has, but you're not getting anything other than it's just magic. And right as you're about to say something, you're gone.
Hawk is gonna panic.
Oh.
And you're just floating in the astral sea.
Hawk, she's not invisible because I could see her if she was invisible. She's not invisible.
Oh.
Where did she go?
Meanwhile, Patience just floating there, just like, well, this.
You're just floating in a circle in the astral plane. And Neth is like, where did she go?
I don't know.
Is this normal?
She has wild magic. So
Should we? Are we? How long does this last? Is she going to be there for a while?
How's Bryn taking it?
Wait.
Gren is like going in circles, like trying to sniff the ground where you just were, and just like.
Don't move.
Oh.
What if she's so tiny that she shrunk? Nobody move your feet. You might step on her.
Gren is like going in circles.
No.
I'm doing the same goddamn thing.
Tarsius is gonna hold his breath, just in case.
Oh, okay. You do that.
It only says like a turn, so.
Why? I
So
don't
that's
know.
like
I
a
think so.
minute.
Okay, he's not gonna hold his breath that long, but he's gonna try.
Like, I know Alistair can hold his breath that long.
Hawk is sitting there, like, starting to, like, make his little, like, goodbye, cruel world. This child's father is going to absolutely murder me. Arrivederci, sayonara.
Arrivederci.
Put me in the ground. You might as well.
Floating in the astral sea, just like, do I just contact my dad and just tell him, hey, don't get mad. I used my wild magic. It did a thing, and now I'm in the astral sea. Don't know. Or some weird
response to that.
She wouldn't even know it's the astral sea. She's just like some weird floating place full of colors.
Can't imagine what Cole's response to that would be.
I'm good.
Do you see a
Hey,
dead
Dad, you've
floating
accidentally
god?
teleported yourself somewhere before, haven't you?
Panics.
and then Hawk hears Cole's voice in his head, threatening.
Okay.
Hey, as long as you don't see a Gitsarai or a Githyanki with the silver sword, you should be fine.
That's so fine. So you're floating. You're floating for a minute. Really boring in the astral sea, and eventually your minute ends and you pop back into existence.
Hawk is like grab her by the shoulders and like turn her around and then turn her back around and be like, are you okay? Are you hurt? Where did you go? What did you do? Why did you do that?
What?
Yes, I'm fine. I was in some weird place where there was like floating rocks. There was a lot of colors, but I was just floating. I'm fine.
Gren's gonna shove his way in between Hawk and Patience, and he's gonna start licking at your face.
Oh.
Hawk. Okay.
We're so worried. I'm so sorry, buddy.
Cordelia. Cordelia's just like, okay, now that she's safe, are we moving in?
Sure.
looks like over and like, sure, apologize to the dragon. Don't apologize to me. It's fine.
I'm sorry too, Hawk. I mean, I didn't know my magic was going to do what it did, but he is panicking. Look at him. Just points to Gren.
Hawk, like, I was panicking. Your father would kill me.
I almost tempted to text, call him while I was there, but
Great.
I didn't.
Okay.
That was cool.
So as we are we stealthing into the room?
Trying to.
We're certainly trying.
Roll me your stealth.
I rolled a 17, so that's 19.
Tarsius, you did it.
23.
I'm holding my breath and walking.
Hawk, what did you get?
Hold on.
Uh-oh, we dropped it.
I did.
Oh no. No.
Okay. It's a 14. Better.
All right,
Not great.
good job. It's better than a 6.
You're fair.
Okay, so we are going to move into the room. So let me get you on the map that I so painstakingly built yesterday. If I can get the player flag onto the map. Get me on the map.
Ooh,
So you
nice.
enter into this cavern.
Nice.
Get my notes. Is filled with this faintly glowing, ethereal, like bluish green light. As you see, the lights are coming off of these huge clusters of tourmaline that are jutting naturally out of the floor, or looks like it's jutting naturally out of the floor. You see, like these massive
What's that right there?
these massive mountains of gold that just kind of like dome up in front of you. You also see floating crystal balls and like these bronze gyrospheres as they just kind of float on their own without anything holding them up. You see shelves upon shelves of books just collected and like placed meticulously against the corners of this cave. You see the one thing you do see that is very noticeable is one, you see like this sundial that kind of like decorates the floor of one end of the cave, and on the other end you see this huge pedestal that kind of like rises a few feet up off the ground, and there's like this glowing like series of glyphs that kind of like decorate around like in a ring on this stone pedestal. As you all kind of like enter, and you see like books and like rugs kind of like scattered about, and you see like a work table in the back with like this tarp just kind of like draped over it with like books and like different instruments stacked kind of oddly on top of it. What are we doing?
Hawk would like to fish in his bag.
Okay.
For the bracelet he had.
Mm-hmm.
To see if it does anything. Like, see if it's, like, doing anything, really.
Okay. So you pull out the bracelet that has the draconic rune on it. And it's kind of, like, faintly glowing, like the rune is. And Nent kind of watches you do it, and he's just like, is that one of your runes? The giant ones. It looks a little different.
It is because it is not a front rune. It's I think it's a draconic rune. And he's gonna like kind of wander around the room and like see if it glows brighter or reacts more as he like to anything he walks near.
Okay. So do you use it for anything other than a lantern?
I have no idea what it does.
Have you tried reading it?
I can't.
Yes, Patience.
Well, first things with the rune, can Patience, because she knows Draconic.
You can, actually.
I guess with Hawk mentioning that, she'll just kind of stop and then just look at it. Yes, what does it say?
I don't have my note up for it right now, but I believe it says Bahamut's blessing.
Nice.
Yeah, she'll just repeat that. Yeah, it says Bahamut's blessing. And she'll say it in Draconic, too.
Nice. That's
Hawk will like parrot that in really, really shitty Draconic. Yeah. Be like, who is Bahamut?
Oh.
Bahamut is the god
Tarsius
of...
is raising his hand.
Yeah. Like, ooh. I studied in school.
Tarsius, yeah.
Oh, he's the platinum dragon, and the dragon that usually helps the good dragons, and they're all about justice and good. They are in the Mount Celestia on the fourth mountain. I don't fucking know which one, but Tarsius would, since he has like a fucking pluses to history and religion because he's a nerd. Yeah, so he's just like repeating like the one fucking paragraph in the textbook that he had that one fucking time. You know, he's just saying shit.
That's interesting. Then I wonder how
Yeah,
the
basically...
weird man at the library got it.
Wait, a man gave it to you?
Yeah, way back, like right when
Was it an old man?
Yeah.
Oh,
When we
you're
were
lucky.
all here, like, the first time, when we went to the library, and I think you were with Ferris playing or talking about houses and humans or something. But I would look for things,
campaign.
and then there were all of these books, and this older man needed help bringing them inside, and so I helped him, and he came and told me I dropped this bracelet, but it wasn't mine, but I took it. And then when I tried to be like, oh, this isn't mine, he was like, what isn't yours? And it was like he never even talked to me in the first place. It was very confusing, but I kept it.
You can't see my face right now, but Tarsius would be like shaking his head like, oh, someone met a god.
Ooh.
Would Patience have an idea,
Several
like, any information on Bahamut or no?
Roll me a religion.
Okay.
Anybody else could also roll religion if they would like.
What is my religion?
This damn campaign is like,
Okay.
this is going to meet God.
That's just a straight 15.
You said religion?
Yeah.
Nah. It's 11.
Nah.
Yeah, it was just a straight 15.
Okay. So you know that Bahamut is essentially in opposition of Tiamat, where, you know, Tiamat is chaos and you know, essentially, you know, of evil alignment. You know that Bahamut is her opposite, her foil in a way, and that he is the ruler of like good and the one that the metallic dragons are that worship.
Yeah.
They're essentially like two sides of the same coin in a way. Where they kind of like have like this like, you know, checks and balances of each other. They're always trying, specifically Tiamat's always trying to, you know, gain one up on Bahamut. Bahamut will always be there to sequester, you know, her chaos or, you know, anything that she does to try to corrupt.
Interesting.
I guess when I'm asking about Bahamut also, like, would she know at least about the whole thing with the canaries and stuff like that as well?
I mean, Shervithia would have definitely told you stories about some annoying platinum dragon that has these birds and like they're just
because Patience is moving her way this direction because she's trying to make her way over here. But as she'll pretty much mention to Hawk, it's like, I don't know, did you see the old guy that you saw? Did he have birds around him too?
I don't have my notes. Hey, DM.
You probably would have heard some birds.
I'm like, did he have burbs? Okay.
You didn't see, if I recall, there was a bird cage in the room.
I think there was, and I feel like there were birds outside.
Yes.
Because because there was something stuck in a tree.
You know what? I believe in when you were helping him in the office, there were some birds loose in the office that he needed your help grabbing.
Okay.
And you spent like a good hour trying to, corral canaries into a cage.
Hawk will look at Patience and be like, yeah, he had a bunch of loose birds in his office, like canaries.
Yeah, I think you actually met a god.
Come close to meeting a lot of gods lately.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Why me?
Because you're the one that picked the folk hero background.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, especially as women. Oh, I want everyone to know, and I'm gonna point to where my potions of healing are. I have 2 potions right there. So if I fall down, you give me one of those, or if you need it and I'm down, you take one of those. Because
I also have a ton of potions too. Same thing.
so I'm pointing it out just in case anything happens, like you guys know where they are on my body. Because gold and dragons, and we're in a lair. I assume. I don't fucking know.
I mean, it
Danger
seems
sense.
like one.
Yeah, danger sense. It's tingling.
You feel like the fur on the back of your neck kind of like getting a little staticky, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
When Patience gets this far, she's going to Misty Step here.
Okay.
Because, again, this is what I'm more concerned with.
Oh yeah, you do see that. Yeah, roll me your
That's
thing.
a 7.
Okay. You're not concerned with the bones that you just saw laying around in front of you?
That look large.
Yeah, they're very large.
Yeah, what are the bones?
I mean, the bones look like local wildlife that
Okay.
probably were consumed.
That's nice, we're in its lair. I kind of figured with the heaping piles of gold. But yeah. She's going here, and if that is a body, she is investigating that body.
I mean, that is a body.
Mm-hmm.
You can investigate that.
Yeah, she's gonna investigate it. Just
Okay.
roll investigation.
Yeah.
I don't think I get any pluses to this again. Nope, I don't. So that's a straight 18.
Straight 18. Okay, so you check this guy over. He looks like... I mean, he's for sure dead. He's been dead for... He's probably at the month mark.
Ugh.
So... He's stiff as a board, and you kind of check him over, and it looks like he's wearing it's basic traveling gear. He's got a short sword still on his belt. He's got leather armor on, very standard stuff.
Are they human?
From what you can tell, yes, they are human.
Okay.
What is everybody else doing?
I was gonna say she would just send a message or cross over to Hawk.
Okay.
And just say, hey, found a body over here. Don't be surprised. And she's just gonna look at whatever all this is. So
Hawk is
Okay.
still wandering around holding that bracelet up to everything.
Okay. That bracelet is glowing.
We just wants to see if it gets more intense with anything else, or if it's just kind of steady glowing.
Okay, so how much time would you say you spent with this bracelet?
I mean, he's had it for a while.
Yeah, have you held on to it and attuned to it, I guess is the technical term.
I feel as though he would have, especially after being in the caves and stuff he was.
Okay.
He just isn't wearing it because he doesn't want to wear it. He isn't. He's still not 100% sure that he should. But I feel like after, when he was in the caves and everything, he would have spent the time doing it.
Okay.
Because he's like, oh, this does things. Okay.
Yeah. Believe I have a note on it. I gotta get that note open. So while I wait on that to happen. All right. Before I get back to patience, checking out that desk. Tarsius, is there anything that you're going to be doing?
I'm gonna look at the bones and poke them, and then just walk around aimlessly. Every now and then, I'll pick up a piece of paper. I'm like, "Ooh, what is this?" And then put it down.
Okay.
The things that he definitely does not care about is the gold, and then just eventually just look at this sigil. I'm like, "What do you do? Magic eyes. What do you tell me?"
All right.
And then
roll me an investigation if you're going to be picking through things.
Okay. I'm gonna keep rolling this dice. All right, that was a 19 plus. Where the heck is my investigation? Plus 0, I believe. I'm confirming. Yep. So, that is a 19.
Okay, so you pick up like a couple of papers that are like closest to you, and it looks like it seems to be like written in kind of like you see like arcanic symbols on it. You're like, oh, okay, that's definitely something I know. And you just kind of stare at it for a bit until you go cross-eyed and you put it down. And you get near the sigil and you just like look at it and you're like, You stare at it for a while. And it is definitely let me double check what this does. I believe it is kind of. I'm gonna go with conjuration. You kind of after staring at it for a while, you're like, this feels like a conjuration spell.
Something will be
really
conjured.
Big one.
Something's gotta be conjured. Summoned. Yep.
Maybe. Yeah.
I know what that means.
Yeah, totally. And Hawk, as you are kind of like wandering around with like your little bracelet, you see eventually I'll say also Tarsius with your 19 because I have a list of things. You kind of find a kind of a potion sitting on top of one of the pieces of paper, and it is a potion of fire giant strength.
Oh.
Ooh. Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yes, yeah.
Nice.
You'll see Cordelia will approach you. She's like holding a potion of superior healing as she tucks it into her bag.
Yeah, if Hawk happens upon that, he'll just kind of like swipe.
Yep. And then Hawk, you'll see Larkspur kind of approach you as he's holding a staff in his hands as he walks up with it, and you see this like red rope kind of tied around underneath the head of it, like in a little bow, like it's a present almost. And he seems a little, I guess, kind of expression on his face as he holds onto it, and you see that it's this staff with what looks to be like this gnarled hand kind of like twisted around in like this very like metallic looking wood. As it looks like he was gifted a staff of withering by his god.
Ooh.
Nice.
Very nice, very nice.
Very nice, very nice. Okay. As Lark will just kind of like look at you holding the bracelet out, and he's like, and is that supposed to help you find something, or?
I'm not really entirely sure what it does. I know it reacts to things.
Have you tried putting it on?
No.
Do it.
Hawk, like, to be fair, I'm not sure what would happen if I did, since I have no idea what it is.
Well, Patience did say it was Bahamut's blessing. Maybe you are being chosen as a champion.
You know, from what it sounds like, if he's really like the foil, like the exact opposite, that makes sense that, like, maybe he likes the fact, or maybe he, like, somehow knew I was gonna call her a bitch, he says, as he's, like, fucking with the clasp on the bracelet.
All right as you close the clasp on it, the bracelet, literally, like, you look at the bracelet and it looks like a scale almost. And as you close that clasp, you watch as the bracelet just kind of like vibrates for a moment and then like expands into a platinum shield.
Nice.
Hawk's gonna be like, what? What?
Nice.
What?
So this is a platinum shield that sheds about 5 feet of light, and it is going to have the effects of the Fizban's Platinum Shield spell, which is you create a field of silvery light that surrounds a creature of, which would be around you, and anybody that's within 5 feet of your light. So you gain half cover, and the creature has resistance to acid, cold, fire, lightning, and poison damage.
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
I need you to send that to me, because I don't have that item in my thing that I can move in there.
Absolutely.
And I will put it in Hawk's notes. That's badass.
That will definitely come in handy for you.
Does it... What is the armor class for it?
It is a +3 platinum shield.
+3 platinum.
Holy shit.
+3, bro.
Okay, so hold on.
Holy shit.
So you can assign it as a +3 platinum shield, and then you can add your benefits underneath it.
Nice, 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 nice.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Alright, so while that's happening, Patience. You are currently checking out that table.
Yeah, I'm checking out the study.
Alright, roll me in investigation.
Ooh, 19.
19. Okay, so first thing... It's very good. So first thing you're going to notice is what looks to be a map sitting on top of this tarp that, it looks like there's something under the tarp, but the first thing you're going to grab is going to be that map that's sitting on top of it. And you see that this map also has this, like, very vibrant, like, blue opal on top of it. And you kind of pick it up and, like, you hold the opal up and you look... and as you kind of grab it, you notice that words kind of like glow underneath the opal as you hold it up to the paper. Kind of like a little like Ouija board like thing.
Okay, so it's like a planchet.
Yeah, that thing.
In a way. Yeah, I guess she'll kind of hold the stone up over the paper to see, like, is it reacting in the way of, like, okay, it's a map? Is it like...
So it is a map of
showing,
the surrounding mountains.
Okay.
And right now the stone is sitting on what is essentially marked as the hold please. So the stone is currently sitting on what is marking the current cave that you're on, which is, in Draconic, it reads home.
Okay.
And then underneath it, you will see kind of like the same like circular sigil that's on the platform where Tarsius is hanging out, and he's like squinting very hard at it.
Mm-hmm.
And you see within on the inside of that ring of the sigil, you'll see in Draconic the word transcend. And as you start to move your hand kind of like over the map with the stone, you see like probably like a good, you would think maybe like a day and a half of walking is, you see like this drawing of a tower like just like etched into existence with like this magical light. And in Draconic, it reads Zonthal Tower.
Okay, so there it is. Yeah, she is going to take the planchet and the map and roll it up and put it in her bag of holding.
Okay.
Because she's going to bring that over to the party.
You flip that into the bag of holding.
Do what?
So you kind of sloop that into your bag of holding. And you
What's
see
the
just like
card?
a variety of... What?
I was going to... No, continue. Sorry.
Okay, so let's get to that.
No, continue what you were saying first before I...
So,
sorry.
we're going to... So you pick up the map, you put it in your bag, and you kind of look around, and there's like a variety of other like scrolls and stuff, like kind of like piled on top, kind of messily almost. And you kind of like move them aside, and one of them is a scroll, spell scroll of Dominate Monster.
I'm gonna write that in.
And then you see a bunch of other scrolls relating to like, and they're not spell scrolls; they just seem to be like written like arcanic pieces about like it kind of goes over your head, honestly. Like it's all written in Draconic, but you see things like you see the words like grafting a lot. You see the words of and you see like studies of like combining like dragon flesh with mortal flesh. You see like some pages about hide carved skin and whatnot, which Shervithia would have in passing mentioned to you once, just like those guys are weird, we don't talk to them kind of thing, which there is an order of dragons called the Hide Carved, where they carve draconic runes into their scales to kind of store spells and use them to, basically, channel like more magic than what other dragons are capable of like innately casting. And Shervithia is like, we don't associate with those guys. They're kind of weird.
But with the
Very
whole
elitist.
like talking about that type of stuff, and then from the notes that she saw at the other wizard tower up near the in the north, and then seeing Melothron, does she have an idea it's kind of akin to that?
You can make that connection, yes. So when you pick up the next piece of paper, the next thing you see as you look at it, you kind of look at it, but then immediately your eyes are taken by the fact that when you lifted up that piece of paper, you see a toe sticking out from under that tarp.
Mm.
Oh.
And it is blackened and it's bloody.
Ooh, yummy.
Where's the tarp?
On the table.
Oh.
We're gonna take a nice good step back.
And
Yeah,
that
she's
tarp
just
sits
like-
about 5 feet long.
Oh no.
Fuck. She's gonna take another step back. Hawk.
Hawk who's sitting there fucking with that shield like, yes.
I think there was a lot of weird magic fuckery that was going on here, and she's gonna use Mage Hand to pull back the tarp
Oh,
because she's not touching it herself.
yeah.
And I will go on ahead and gladly roll that wild magic. That's a 3.
You do that.
Hawk, when she says that, Hawk is gonna start like walking over where she is.
Okay.
The music abruptly stopping does not help.
Oh, let me
No.
try. Did I put it on a loop?
I guess I'll go over here.
Okay, let me do this. Okay, there we go. Alright. So, Hawk, you make your way over there. And Patience, you are pulling the tarp off of the body.
Yeah,
And the tarp drops to the ground. You see like kind of like this dust kind of kick up with it. And laying on the table, you see Nenth's body. Completely dead.
Fucking knew it.
And been dead for a while.
Yeah, Patience taking one look and she is seething.
What did you find over there? All the way over there where I can't see.
Can I
Totally
Misty step literally
Totally with
back
my
over
back
where we once
behind.
were?
Jumping back over this pile, like that dude is
So
dead.
you're climbing over the piles of gold.
He's going to because he can like take a step here. Why doesn't it work? Hold on.
One second.
Because I'm like, patience just went.
Is this solid? Can he walk on this?
That is completely solid, but I'm saying, are you climbing over the gold? Is my question.
He is not going to touch it. Okay, so this is solid. He'll walk on this before he'll touch gold.
Okay. Well, I was just asking because you said you were jumping over it.
Okay, fair. Yeah, no. So yeah, he'll
Make me an acrobatics real quick for me,
Oh boy,
Oh.
since we're in a hurry.
we're not bad at that. Okay, we can do this. It's fine. We're good. We're good. Yeah, it's a 16.
16. Okay.
Okay. God.
All right. So. Let me roll something real quick. Oh, okay.
Oh no.
So just to clarify, what is your AC Hawk?
Now
Mm-hmm.
21.
So that is. So this rolled a natural 20,
Okay.
and it's a plus 8 to hit.
Okay.
As you quickly make your way past this pile of gold, but your boot kind of scuffs like a little bit of it as it kind of like you
Yeah.
hear like the metallic sound of it like dinging on the ground. And as you're running towards about ready to like sprint over the sundial, you feel something catch onto your leg, and it is wet and it's warm and it's very strong. As
Ew.
Tarsius, you look up at the sound of the gold shifting,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you see this huge tongue lashing out from beneath the pile of gold.
What?
Oh, man.
As this, yeah, this is a thing.
Fuck yes.
Oh,
Yes,
it's-
baby.
yeah.
As this thing has latched on to Hawk's leg.
Mr. Hawk.
Can you yell something?
Yeah, you can.
He's gonna like as he's got that he's gonna be like the visible panic on his face, but he's gonna look and he'll look directly over at Cordelia and Lark and be like, "Fuck the mimic. Who is that?"
Well, that's our friend.
Patience is just like, God damn it. Like, literally, like, she's Misty stepping.
Roll.
Not potted plant, please.
Roll.
No, it's not the time.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Put a plant.
Rolling. 10.
I'm gonna start. 10? Okay.
And then, yeah. Can I burn some points?
What are you doing?
Oh,
Let me know what we're doing, patience.
okay, I'm considering this. Sorry.
I was still like, that's our friend. What is happening? That's a gigantic tongue. Okay.
Tarsius, roll me a perception as well.
Yeah. Let's use the dice that's been doing so good.
That.
That's a natural one.
Alright.
Oh, Lordy, that's a lot.
Today's a
What?
great day for my dice, you know? I'm feeling it. Just 2 good rolls. That's all I got this day, this whole session.
Okay, so yeah, you just see a giant tongue holding onto Hawk as it's slowly trying to kind of like drag him to the pile of gold as you see like these teeth start like opening up into
Obviously,
this pile.
obviously Hawk is something's happening where his brain's being altered or magical effects. He's not talking straight. So I'm taking out my axe and started slowly tiptoeing over. Don't worry, Mr. Hawk. I'll save you.
As Cordelia would have moved back. Larkspur also moving back the second that Hawk is like, who the fuck is that? As Nenth just kind of holds his hands up. Just... We're getting a little too excited here.
Fuck it, chill touch.
Chill touch?
Yeah.
At what level?
It's a cantrip.
Cantrip?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we counterspell the cantrip?
Yeah, you can spell cantrip.
It's counterspelled.
Ooh.
Also, Angie.
Hawk
As-
would be fumbling
yeah.
to try to get his sword so he could hit the mimic because he wants to be put down.
Alright,
But
well,
the way
while
I
that's
see it,
happening...
he is hanging, like, hanging upside down.
Yeah. So, as Ned kind of, like, takes a couple steps back, as he is holding his hands up... Just look... I heard about the pests plaguing Severin's Hide, like what you would call a gang of rogue scale scarabs. As he kind of like looks around, and Hawk, since you're closest to the gold pile, you start to see like individual coins start to shift and stir, and start moving on their own, like growing like little like golden legs and starting to like amass into swarms.
Ew.
So, you know, you hurried all your way to Termish to do what, exactly? My job was to find out now. Why are you looking for Zontal Tower? I mean, surely you didn't decide to just drop in on your family because you just decided to care about them now. What's waiting for you in that tower that is of the utmost importance?
Patience and Draconic, none of your goddamn business.
Well, see, but it is my goddamn business, because when I hear about a group of adventurers that are running around up in the Sea of Moving Ice, moving around in the Elven Woods, and dismantling dragonworm after dragonworm, getting them killed, captured, displaced. It's my job to find out why that's happening. So why did you come here? Why did I stumble upon you in the middle of the Termishian woods? Oh, are you confused now? Okay, I'm sorry. Let me get into something a little more comfortable.
Tarsius is like, I was about to raise my hand. I'm very confused.
As Nenth's form begins to twist and reshape
Nope.
until he's no longer Nenth,
Nope.
but instead
Nope.
he is
Nope.
Lenenthon,
Yep.
Nope.
the blue dragon.
Yeah, I figured.
Yep.
Round 2, bitch.
Round 2, bitch. Alright. So since it is way past time,
Yeah.
that's where we're going to leave it until next time.
Ah!
Ugh.
Hopefully, cameras
Damn it.
fucking work next time.
Hopefully. This is going to be a fun one.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so thanks y'all for watching despite our technical issues, but it's gonna... Next 2 weeks are gonna be fun.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see you all next time. And... Trust no bitch. Bye.
I
Night.